dispatchers and carriers in the secondary market talk a lot about load boards and mobile apps. And so now it is the beginning of the fourth quarter, 2019. It's time for the Auto Transport Software Update right here, live. And I ask for your participation. So please, join the show, join the live chat, and buckle in because it's Tuesday nights live on Auto Transport Intel. I'm Jay, your host. Welcome back to the show. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining me live. I sure do appreciate it. It means a lot. I've worked really hard on this show. I've done a lot of research and follow-up documentation. Man, I've got a crazy list of auto transport software to go over with you guys. And I'm right now, let's see, I'm making sure that I'm live on, yes, I'm live on Facebook. I'm live on YouTube. I can see you. I can hear you. By the way, listen. Hey, if it's your first time here, thank you so much for joining us. I sent out, I got an email went out this morning at 6 a.m. I had an email go out this morning at 10 a.m. And I welcome you to the show. I run the car hauler. I'm here. I'm live every Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. Then in a couple minutes, I'm going to go into the Hello Live Chat. The live chat is a big part of this, and actually, I want to hear from you tonight. We're doing something different tonight. This is a special show. I just want to say that this is the 105th live episode in a row. This marks the beginning of year 3 of doing it live every Tuesday night. I'm very excited about that. Got another milestone coming up. We'll see. We'll see if I hit that milestone tonight. You know, I do the industry news. I'll do that at about 8:15. That's the memes, the funny stuff. I got some good stuff in the industry news tonight. Facebook is full of crazy stuff, and I can't wait to share that with you. Then I'm going to go into the information superhighway at the half hour, and that is, we're going to spend, I know, it's crazy. We're going to spend like 30 minutes doing the auto transport software update. I have a lot to say. I have a history of doing software updates as far as lists of load boards and technology, and this one is going to blow everything away that I've done in the past. So I'm really excited about that. And then at about the 1 hour, there was a video that I shared. I don't know if you've seen it. We're going to talk to Chris. First, we're going to watch a little bit of the video. Well, I don't even know if we'll watch any of it. We'll just look at a still. But we're going to talk to Chris. If you haven't seen it, very interesting, and it ties into what we're talking about, because then at the hour and a half, we're going to talk to Sue at Murphy Auto Dispatch Service. She dispatches. She uses this stuff every day. You guys do too, and that's what this is all about. This is a kind of an important show, the way that I see it. So I want you to stick around. We're going to be right back. I'll talk to you in a second.
Are you completely stressed out with all the calls and contacts and verification of loads? Nobody answers the phone? Call Murphy Auto Dispatch Services today. Murphy Auto Dispatch Services has over 15 years of experience in the transport industry. We are your office while you are on the road. We book, we verify, and we fill out your loads for you. We have an excellent accounting staff and an even better dispatch. Give us a call today at 417-273-0021, or if you want to email me, It's murphyauto31@yahoo.com. Give us a call today.
Sweet. So you got her contact information. Did you get all that? All right, now listen. Hey, can you guys see me and hear me okay? Everything's looking fine on my end, but I just want to make sure I always double check. I got my phone over here in case, in case there's an alarm bell or something crazy. Because I'm running the studio. It's just me over here. I mean, I'm doing everything, but I mean, I'm capable of that. I like doing it, so that's no problem. Just making sure. Ty checks in first. Is this where you find car hauling technologies? You bet, Ty. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. You'll let me know if there's any hiccups or anything weird, or maybe if we miss something. Man, this is going to be huge. It's going to be a long list. So I mean it. You're going to want to buckle in. You're going to need your safety straps tonight. Hey, Wendy, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. I'm so glad you like this show. I try to keep it informative. Bill at Bad Apples is with us. Happy Tuesday, Bill. Thanks for joining the show. TDK Transports, aloha, TDK. What is up? Seaport Service, what's going on, Candy? Hello, all you super truck and car haulers. Who else we got in here? I'm going down the live chat. Frank Wright says hello, everyone. Frenchie says hello. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it. Carlos says hello. And I was watching, I found this, there was a video. I saw it in one of the other groups, and I watched the whole thing. This 1 hour video, Dan Rather, it's on YouTube. It's from like 2013, and he's riding with a trucker. And in fact, it's a lot about load boards and dispatching and brokers and everything we're talking about tonight. And, the guy's driving from like Nevada to Nebraska. And when you're, just doing a ride along in the cab, really made me think about, you guys out there tuning in and, hauling, driving, whatever you're doing right now. I appreciate your time and your effort. I know that you guys have busy days. It's like, one day a dispatcher talks to you, you're in Texas, next day, Arkansas, next day, PA, next day, Carolinas. I mean, it's crazy. So I thank you for what you do. I really mean that. And when I say that, I hope a shipper somewhere goes, oh, wow, really? They move around that much? Yeah, they really do. Hey, what's up, Kendall? Jason Kendall Enterprises, thanks so much for tuning in, man. Thanks for being on the show last week. That was awesome. Shaggy's with us. What's up, world? What's up, Shaggy? David Lone says hello. What's up, man? Thanks for tuning in. I was tied up all day. Daniel GD says hello, everyone. What's up, Daniel? Sue is with us. Murphy's in the house. What's up, Sue? And you know what? And you're killing it, Sue, because with the advertising and you being in the live chat, I've now told everybody, listen, if you're going to advertise on the channel, I really, really encourage you to be in the live chat. You'll really see there's this momentum going on. I know that it's great. Even that I was telling you, Sue, that the second email I sent out this morning, your link was getting clicks. It's awesome. I don't even know how many people have contacted you because of the show. It's great. I love it. Vincent is with us. Vincent Delg, SYCN. Ship your car now. Got it. Francisco's LLC. What's up, you all? See, I went ahead and I said, hey, what's up, you all? That's how they talk in the South. Jesse JJK. What's up, Jesse? Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. Brian Pepson. Hey, Jay and the godfather of auto transport. Mr. Ty found out a lot about the dispatch services. Definitely needs to be out there. That's awesome. Carrie Chilton. She's a newbie. Thanks, Carrie. Thanks for letting me know. I appreciate it. I appreciate you saying hello, joining the show. It's awesome. Juan is with us. Congrats on. Thank you so much, Juan. Juan, I don't want to. If I say who you're with, everybody will go crazy. You're like a celebrity, man. It was great seeing you in May. Man, let me know how I can help. You guys you're going to want to stick around. You made the list. Like, Juan's like, we made what list, man? Vance is with us. Ty, first load tomorrow. Wow, congratulations, Vance. Hey, no, you know what? I'm not going to hit that because that is not what we're looking for. We're looking for a good job, man. That's awesome, dude. And I hope the clapping didn't go crazy in the microphone. It's crazy. Paul Roberts, hello, car peoples. What's up, Paul? Who else we got here? The one and only. What's up, the one and only? Probably my oldest fan. Man, well, except Viper's Towing. You and Viper's Towing. Thank you guys so much, man. You've been with me forever. And you've seen a lot of changes, haven't you? You've seen major changes in this show. That's so cool. Truckify's with us. Truckify car hauling app. Moozy, you made the list. Mark, you made the list. You guys are both on the list tonight. You're going to want to stick around. Dayon S, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. I'm sorry for butchering your name. I'm sorry about that. American Venture Inc. Hey, what's up? Gartho Logistics. What's up, Gartho Logistics? Thanks for tuning in, man. I appreciate it. We got a message withheld. Here, we'll go ahead and let that one go through. Brian is with us. Andrew Royer is with us. Man, M. Fields. Hey, Marcus. Exclusive luxury transport in Las Vegas is with us. Thank you so much. It's awesome. Gives me an opportunity to work on my, I don't know what that is. Is that Clint Eastwood? I don't know what that is. It's like a Clint Presley. Expedited Auto Transport is with us. What's up, Expedited? You know, and I've been telling people, it's like the late night of car hauling, right? If I dare, lick the boots of such an honorable title. But I do see it that way. A little bit of, a little bit of loosey-goosey, and then we're going to go into the actual information. Oh, this is cool. Here's some Facebook stuff, too. Kashif Ali Balil. Oh, dang, I was so close. You're here. Thank you for joining. I appreciate it. That's awesome. Leonard Lewis, what's up? Hey, what's up, Leonard? Joe needs some work. Yeah, we all do. And that's why we're talking about this stuff. Load boards are supposed to help you find work, right? And that's the whole point. What's the point? By the way, in this Dan Rather video, this is fascinating. Dan Rather keeps talking about a guardian agent. What in the world is a guardian agent? Is that a dispatcher? Oh my goodness. Everybody's looking for a guardian agent. Marius Ra. What's up, Marius? Yeah, man. Thank you, buddy. Let's see here. Oh, Ziggy's with us too. Ziggy, what's up? Thank you guys for tuning in. By the way, I just want to say this. I appreciate everybody that tunes in. I know that last show got a little squirrely, and I apologize for that. I know I can't appease everybody. Goodness. I've seen the Facebook posts, and I've read some of the retorts. I get it. I know, but really my goal here is to help. And I know also, I talk a lot about the secondary market. I get that. I've also, I think I talked a lot about in secondary market owner-operators. I get that. But we are opening it up. We're going to be moving more into OEM. We're going to be moving more into fleets. We have already started with that. Also dealers, brokers. We're chipping away and opening this up. This is a giant industry. And then even when I chip away into that, that's just North America. There is a lot of work to do. Oh my goodness. Jesus Perez Hugo. Hey, what's up, Auto Movers USA? And, Joe Crooks. What's a good load board to go with? Well, Joe, I'm so glad you asked, buddy, because we are going to get into all of that. You are going to want to stick around. I got a few more segments to do, but at 8:30, listen, if you're just joining the show now, you haven't missed anything. I've just been saying hello. I really like saying hello. It's a big part of the show, and I appreciate everybody that tunes in. So I just wanted to do that, get into the huddle. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to stick around. We're going to be right back.
Hey guys, Ty, CTS Business Coaching. I connect dealers, auctions, and carriers. If you're a dealer and you're not getting your inventory on the lot in 5 days ready to sell, you've got a problem. It's called interest. Like I'm telling you something you don't know. Give me a call. I can connect you with an auction and a carrier, and you can get your cars on the lot in 5 days or less. 417-483-2764. Thanks and have a great day.
No joke. Thank you, Ty. Okay, so I recorded that. That was me and Ty on the way to Detroit. We were at the airport, and let's go ahead and make a video. And so now you know the scoop. That's where that video came from. We recorded that. That was about a month ago, I think, that we went to Detroit. That was a great trip, man. Awesome time. All right, listen. If you're just joining me, you have made it just in time for industry news. Now, once again, I want to point out. Let's see if you didn't already know, this is the Auto Transport Software Q4 2019 update. That's right. It's October 1st. It is the beginning of the fourth quarter. It is 2019. First down, second down, third down. It is time to make or break before we hit 2020 and everything goes crazy. Really, a lot has changed in a year, and I'm going to elaborate more into that. But I just want to let you know what you're in for if you stick around for the 8:30 segment. But right now it's time for industry news. Okay, trying to read detention and cancellation policy on the bottom of your rate confirmation. Now this is actually a freight hauler's joke. We don't have detention in auto transport, and really there is no cancellation policy other than, eat it, right? I don't know anybody that's gotten money for, I've done it on behalf of a carrier. I've gotten money out of a cancellation fee, but it's like getting vodka out of a lemon, something like that. Okay, next. Drivers be like, I got the hours. Right, because this pertains to the, okay, never mind. Just waiting for my dispatcher to call me back. What in the back row chopping a line on a clipboard is this? So, looks pretty good. Why are you talking like a truck driver? I'm a hotshot. We are truck drivers. No, you're not. You drive a pickup. A pickup. Oh, that one. That's just a great meme. Because you hear this all the time on some Facebook groups. It's just nonstop, back and forth, drama. Okay. Oh, man. I'm going to leave this here for a second. I mean, there's been some really funny... Did you guys see, where somebody turned the Greta speech into, what was it, death metal? Oh, my gosh. That is amazing. You have to see that. And and here's the thing. What's funny is you could ride the line on this one, because if you look at the top picture, that bottom picture actually, But... I don't know. It's really, really funny. And it's extremely relevant to this week only. In a week, nobody will even know what this is. So if you're watching, if you're in the future, if it's 2020, and you're in your Jetsons, skidoo on your way to work, yeah, this won't make any sense at all. Broker, van driver, flatbedder, bull hauler. Again, this is a freight joke. Broker says, I only get 9 hours of sleep. Van driver says, I get 7. Flatbedder, I get 4. Bull hauler, you guys get sleep? That's pretty funny. It does apply. In fact, in auto transport, what do you have? Help me out here. You got broker, dispatcher, dealer, forklift driver. I don't know. Hey, what's up, Rithy Mac? Thanks for joining the show, man. That's cool. I keep hitting the wrong mouse over here. Hey, man. Don't be hitting the wrong mouse. Instant divorce kit. Just add diesel. I know. It's cruel. It's demented and sad, but social. 287 close when flashing. When you misread a sign. Thank you, Sean. Okay. So there's the sign. And there's the dudes. I told you, it is a family show, except industry news gets about as squirrely as this show can get. But why not? It's on Facebook. I got nothing. West Coast. Who is that? You can almost see who it is. Bummer, man. That blows. Okay, I saw this on Facebook. Somebody told me to share it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and next. Okay. Certified Dirty Idle. Gonna catch me riding dirty. Yeah, what happened to the family show? I know. We are way off the family show mark. Jeez. Gonna lose my MPAA rating. It's official. I can no longer register my truck in California. Okay. That was a Facebook post. And okay. If it's official, I guess it's official. Why not let's go ahead and have a cookout. Who wants to have a cookout? Can you do that? I think it's great. You should be able to do that. That's awesome, man. That looks good, too. I'm there. I'm all about this cookout, dude. That rocks. And a little bit of, advertising. Why not? Be proud. Good job, man. That's awesome. This photo had a lot of likes and shares. Right on, man. And that's a lot of work, dude. Setting up the coals and everything. He's got dishes. That is no joke, man. He's been on the road a long time. Okay, now this one, I can't wait to take it in, right? Winnebago. It's a Winnebago flatbed. Is it? Is it really a Winnebago flatbed? All right. Hey, what's up, James? Thanks for tuning in. Okay, or is it Carvana? Wait a minute. Winnebago. Carvana! So they say this isn't car hauling. I'm not saying it is. I just don't know what else it would be. That's a car. It's being transported. I don't know what else it is. I'm curious. I know, it's a single car flatbed. But people do have single car flatbeds in their car hauling fleet. Never mind. I saw this. Oh, okay. Yeah, so, you know what? So OEM is great, huh? Yeah. that would suck. Can you imagine having to deal with these covers all the time? Gotta keep a dang secret. Right. Oh, man. What's the secret all about? Oh, okay. Here's one thing I haven't seen anyone talk about. What is everyone doing to avoid these toll notices all the time? And yes, I have Easy Pass. And I saw, it had like 8 comments in I don't know, 1 hour, 2 hours. It is interesting. So people get these all the time. You guys know this. You get them all the time. Ed McMahon and, all the rest of the spam. Maryland told, pay immediately. Oh, man, I got a truck to fix. I thought I'd share this again. This is for anybody that thinks this is easy peasy. Oh, that's funny. Easy floater. Well, okay, I guess. Yeah, if this is what you like, it's easy peasy. Speaking of easy peasy, what do we got? Oh, 28 cents a mile. Oh, we seem to be getting closer to the content of the evening. I smell a segue. Let's see here. 89 miles southeast of Greensboro, going to Panama City. I've never heard of that route. 28 cents a mile for a Lincoln Town Car? Wow, it's ready to go? Oh, man, give me the phone. Ready to go. Sweet old lady. What else we got here? Oh, this would be... No, it's not the same. Atlanta to Miami. Okay, now that's but it's a Corvette and a Bentley? Holy mackerel. Oh, here, yeah, I'm going to hit the feedback button. This blows. Thank you. Okay. Dallas to Austin. You see these. What do you do? Holy mackerel. What do you do? Man, that was pretty loud. What do you do with a Dallas to Austin $90 car? I mean, what do you do? Do you pick it up? Can you build a route out of that? I know. See, this thing is, here's the thing. All the zip codes are the same. And if there's 9 of them, why are they separated? That'd be a question. And are they ready to go? I don't know. This is not the Bentley Corvette load, but it's definitely not exciting. In fact, here's a good point. As Chad Boblet says in Rate Per Mile Masters, that's a freight trucking group. My number one request DAT, freight trucking load board, would be a search filter to show me 4 stars or better brokers only. Now that is a good idea, by the way. I smell a segue. Okay. The thing is that, who says we need that kind of stuff, right? We need that kind of stuff. Thank you for joining. Ankter, awesome. Ankter's with us. Frank, where did he do that? Are we going back in time? No, there's been a lot of live chats coming in. I haven't seen them all. But I think it's the same folks that are with us. So thank you so much. Thank you guys. Anyways, it's a good idea, and we're gonna do that too. We're gonna go into some suggestions. What I'm looking for, there's 2 things I want. All right. Number 1, I want some live chat as we move into the load board content for this evening. I want some live chat. I really want some feedback. I want you to tell me, your favorite mobile apps, load boards, TMS, CRM. I really want to know. That CRM one, I know. CRM, people are like, I don't use a CRM. A lot of you won't. Some of you will. We'll get into that. But I do want to know, and I want to hear comments. Listen, if you're not live in the show and you're watching this later, I do want the comments. I want some comments in the, let's see here. I want some comments in the YouTube comments about what you guys think. Have you ever seen a Karma Automotive Rivero? This came in from Sean at Ocean Roads. Pretty interesting. There is so much EV. That is a definite future show. I myself don't know a lot about EV, electric vehicles, so I need to get more education to do that show. In fact, if you're an EV expert, I've already invited a couple EV experts. If you're out there and you're an EV expert, man, let me know. autotransportintel@gmail.com. By the way, I haven't said this yet. If you haven't already given a thumbs up, please do. I really appreciate it. It really helps the Google search rankings. U.S. trucker lawsuit could avert electronic logging device rule. That's interesting. It's never going to stop, is it? In fact, I wanted to point this out. OOIDA does a lot of good things. They really work hard. I know. Some people are like, why did he hit that? Because I know there's opinion on both sides of the fence. And there's opinion on both sides of the fence of every organization, it seems. But organizations do try to help carriers in their own way. So, I just wanted to say that. Thank you, OIDA, for the things you do, for fighting for truckers. Hey, Josh is looking for a driver for 4 or 5 car hauler, straight truck, no trailer, must be computer literate. Interesting. There's your segue. Man, if you don't know load boards and mobile apps and whatnot, it is going to get tougher. It's interesting. 4 years ago. Was it 4 years ago? 5 years ago. I'm going to go with 4. I'm going to go with 4 years ago. I was making phone calls, and a lot of people were still just doing paper and really weren't interested in any mobile app of any kind. 4 years ago. That was 4 years ago. I know, Jay. We heard you. Chris says, looking for experienced driver to run West Coast, East Coast back, all new equipment. If you want a chance to own your own truck and are willing to run where the money is, there's a phone number. There's a name. See? I am trying to. What do you know about the, that's interesting, Mario. What do you know about the AB5V rule that passed in California? Very interesting. Very interesting. Mario wants to know more about it. I don't even know where to start right now, Mario. Please try to respond if you know about it. So if you know, listen, Mario's asking a good question in Facebook. He's looking for help on the AB5 rule in California. All right. Great, man. I thank you, live chat. Hats off to you, live chat. And by the way, here we go. Final slide in industry news. Do you have a passion for cars, a background in the automotive space, and you want the opportunity to join a growing company? ACV Auctions is looking for a road warrior with boundless energy to serve as a territory sales manager. There you go. You not a driver? Want to be a territory sales manager? Now, I got this on LinkedIn. Definitely a good place. LinkedIn is a great place to network. If you're looking for work or you want to network with executives, I know. Listen, man, we all do something. Whether you're a driver or an executive, this is the automotive industry. So network, get out there. You can apply today. What was it? Territory sales manager. No joke, man. Okay. All right, listen, when we come back, we are going to dive into the Auto Transport Intel Q4 2019 software update. This is going to be crazy. Man, it's 8:30. I'm right on time. You are not going to want to miss this. Stick around. Okay, so you guys know, here's the Auto Transport Intel site, right? Okay, so you go to autotransportintel.com. Now, where you normally go is you go to YouTube. If people have not heard of this channel before, there's always somebody that hasn't heard of it. I mean, there's gonna be, and hopefully that never stops. And then you know, somewhere in 10 years, guys in the jungle in Guyana, and he says, Auto Transport Intel, and the guy says, wow, really, for me? And then and then there's a bonfire, and that'd be great. So Auto Transport Intel YouTube car hauling video channel, the gift from me to you. All right, but why, you ask? What goes wrong when shipping a car? It could be a question. Could be, who cares? It could be, oh yeah, I shipped a car. It could be, oh yeah, all right, my brother's a car hauler. But whatever that question is, whatever the thought that happens after, listen, if you don't know, you need to, and that's why we talk car hauling on Tuesday nights, live at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central Time, live and on demand. Hey, what's going on, you guys? Okay, that was me. It is 8:30, and it's 8:32, and we're gonna do the Auto Transport Software Q4 2019 update. Oh, dang it, where'd I go? Hang on one second. Boom. Okay, there I go. All right, now, as I'm telling you, listen, okay, so if you're just joining the show, man, you haven't missed anything. I mean, I've just been sitting here for a half hour. Nothing's happened at all. No, we did a hello live chat. We did industry news, and we kind of got things warmed up. All right. So that's so now that everybody's warmed up and we're all here and we're ready. This is the Auto Transport Software Q4 2019 update. Let me tell you what that is about. And by the way, somebody do me a favor. If somebody can check my YouTube subscribers and let me know how we're doing, because we are very, very close to another milestone. Obviously, I didn't plan it. I can't. There's no way to plan that kind of thing. But somebody, will you let me know how many subs we're at right now? And I know, now that I said it, I'm going to lose like 20. Oh, man, look at that. That was crazy. Oh, or it was just me. Let me know if you just saw the video glitch. I'm actually curious. There was a slight video glitch. I could see it, but I don't know if you could. So let me know. All right, so what is going on? All right, I want to tell you this, okay? This is a special show because we're going to go backwards in a second. We're going to go back in time. Ooh, 6.99K. Thank you. Thank you, Kimberly. Appreciate it. All right. Back in time. Now, I mentioned, it's interesting, before the break, I mentioned in 2015, I was making phone calls. 4 years ago, people were like, nah, I love paper, man. I eat paper, I sleep paper, and I dream of fax machines, and life is good. Then, a year later, in 2016, when I was trying to compile, I was trying to get, what's a list of load boards? What's a list of, like, software out there? And, there's little hints here and little there. It felt like it was like a treasure hunt, So I put together an article in the fall of 2016, and I don't know. I don't think I'd seen a list like that up to date. Just that those lists didn't really happen. Everybody promoted their own thing, but I hadn't found a list. I mean, word of mouth, we knew of a list, but I put together a list in 2016. All right. Okay, cool. Hey, what's going on, Car Hauler 38? So I did that. All right. Then, with Auto Transport Intel, a year ago, last summer, I created the top 5 car hauling load boards video. And what it was kind of an updated version of my 2016 list, but it was a video. Because I know, newsflash, blogs are hard to read, right? Who actually finishes reading a blog post? Not me. I don't. That's why I don't do them anymore. I mean, articles are important, but like blog posts, they're just hard to read. It's hard to get through them. They either need to be shorter or more to the point, or I don't know. It's even right now somebody's already bored. Me just saying it, right? So how's someone gonna read it? Okay. All right. So I made a video, top 5 car hauling load boards, in a few minutes. Covered the top 5. Gave a bonus 6. That was a year ago. That was 15 months ago. 15 months ago. All right. And I've seen a couple videos with other different, single digit numbers of load boards. Now, the fact is, again, no matter how you slice it, there are probably only like one, there's probably only one load board. All right. Right. Is this a joke, Jay? No, it's not a joke. It's not a joke, but it is funny. Okay, and by the way, I want you to keep this in mind. I made this pie chart. I'm telling you, I was working up until the moment we went live. That's no joke. All right, I put this pie chart together earlier. I know it's not very fancy, but it's to get the point across. Is that in auto software, and I know there's a couple of you guys listening, and I've had some of these conversations with you, but it's time to do something special. And what we're going to do, we are literally going to talk about everybody. I'm not going to leave anybody off the list. And if I do, I want you to let me know. You guys can see me and hear me okay? Hey, what's up, Danny? You watch all of my content. Man, thank you so much. I got to tell you, honestly, it means a lot every time I hear that. I don't hear it every day, and I don't hear it every hour. And honestly, I don't want to get a big head about it. But it means a lot because there's a reason I'm doing all this. And it's not just for me. Although I've been accused of that. It's not. Listen, seriously, I want to make informative content and share that information, and just the live format works for me. So Tuesday nights, that's what we're doing. This pie chart, by now, with all that, mumbling I've just done, you've been able to take in this pie chart, all right? So load board, that's what most people are looking for. When I say most people, I mean carriers and drivers, right? And I mean secondary market, OEM car haulers are not looking for load boards. Although, when they're able to fill an empty spot, they do go to the load boards. It's not that often, but it does happen. Okay. Second, number 2, driver mobile app. Now that one is much more common. In fact, whether you're hauling new or used, if you're a driver, you probably have to use a mobile app by now. Remember 4 years ago, everybody loved paper and fax machines? That is no longer the case. So we can measure 3 to 4 years ago, everything's kind of changed, right? Telling somebody to try your mobile app, instead of them 4 years ago, they'd say, I love paper, to they'd say, I have too many mobile apps. Okay, so that's already happened. We've gone from sticky notes to I've got 100 apps in like 3 years. So that's kind of funny. All right, number 3, TMS Dispatch Dashboard. Okay, so it's not a load board. A load board's where you get loads. The driver mobile app's where you pick up and deliver your loads, do your inspections, get your signature, right? Mark your damages. The TMS Dispatch Dashboard is where the dispatcher, or wife or family member or whoever, fleet manager, owner, gets loads, whether from a load board or from a customer, and assigns them to drivers' mobile apps, right? This is not a secret. This is public information. Nothing I've said is trade secret. In fact, nothing I say tonight will be trade secret. This is all public information. It's just that, well, it just so happens that I have a history in car hauling software. I know a lot about it. I've used it. I've been talking about it for years. And so I'm going to dedicate this show just to talking about all of the players in auto transport software. By the way, we're not going to leave off number 4. I debated. I thought, man, CRM, what does that have to do with, okay, you know what? The CRM is the origin of the load, right? So when the carrier or the fleet or whoever is going to send the loads on behalf of the shipper, it could be GM, all right? Could be the OEM, could be the port, could be, anyways, you get the point. The CRM is where you manage the shippers, create the loads, and either send it to a load board or straight to a carrier, dispatch dashboard. Then they send it to the mobile app. And the reason I divided this into 4 parts is many companies do just one. Some companies do more than one. Very few companies do all four. Today, in Q4 2019, it is my opinion that nobody does all this perfectly. Okay? In my opinion, this market is still up for grabs, and that's what makes tonight's show such perfect timing. Is that in a year, maybe somebody will have the perfect all four together. Maybe. Some companies are partnering up. In fact, that's another reason for this update, because we're already seeing a couple load boards are gone. A couple mobile apps are gone. There are now more CRMs than there used to be. Some are old, some are new. So we're going to go into this. We're going to come back to this pie chart periodically. CRMs are important. Can't wait to see this info. Thank you. And by the way, there are less CRMs than there are of any of the other three. This is going to be interesting. Okay, so there's the background. I think I've laid it out. Keep me posted on what's happening with the... Oh, Nick is with us. Load boards are also part, or at least slowly replaced by the alert system. Alert system will provide more revenue. Thank you, Nick. And that's the thing, is that it's true. What you say, Nick, is that the marketplace is changing, which is another reason why I wanted to do the show now. That I can't tell you how wonderful the timing is on this. I know, Jay, you keep going on and on about it. I do, because there is a lot has already changed and a lot is getting ready to change. We are really right now in the middle. It's like watching a horse gallop. You are seeing a horse in mid-gallop. This is a snapshot, which I use that example. It's actually one of the origins of filmmaking, but that's okay. All right, so where do we start? You know where we start. Central Dispatch, okay? Central Dispatch is easily the #1 load board. Why? Well, number one, everybody knows about it. It's where everybody goes. Is it the greatest? You know, there's about 1 million videos on how people feel about that. And by the way, I'm not in the business of... It's not my job to give you the opinion on whether or not this is the greatest load board of all time. All right? But I will say, the proof is that there's 25,000 loads. Here we go. Boom. Boom. There are 25,000 loads at any one time. And nobody comes close to that. I've checked. Nobody comes close to that. And that's why Cox Automotive, who owns DealerTrack, who owns Central Dispatch, is very comfortable not updating this site. Okay, now that was also an opinion, but we really, in the marketplace, we really don't understand. If anybody at Cox is listening, and I really think somebody probably is at this point, we, in the automotive industry, do not understand why you don't update this load board. Now, I've talked with people that say that actually they are, and we do know there's some form of focus group going on out there. So at some point we are gonna, I don't know if it'll be a Hail Mary last minute, 5 seconds to the game is over kind of thing. But I mean, I guarantee the story is not over with Central Dispatch. So, okay. Number 2 in the top 5 car hauling loads board video is One Dispatch, Route Loads, Ready Auto Logistics, which is also owned by Cox Automotive. Isn't that interesting, right? And these are your Mannheim loads. This is where most of the Mannheim loads. The thing is, it doesn't make any sense. Look at this. 1,100, can you see this? 1,149 loads posted. This can't be all of the Mannheim loads that are bought and sold and posted. That can't be. That doesn't even make sense. Is it some of them? How does that system work? We don't know. Nobody tells us. I would love to talk with somebody from Ready Logistics about how this works. I'm sorry, Ready Logistics owned by Cox Automotive. So once again, I would like to talk to somebody from Cox Automotive. The chances of that happening, I mean, come on. I'm realistic. Okay. Number 3, Cars Arrive Network. And by the way, Has anything changed on Central in the past year? I don't actually know. I haven't dispatched in a year, but I don't think so. Rat loads, same question. Has anything changed in the past year? Maybe small things. I think actually there's been more changes on Ready than there has been Central. That was an actual cough. That was not a metaphor. So I'm asking that also on Cars Arrive. Has anything changed? Now, we do know that Cars Arrive is a Cars Arrive relocation. And by the way, Cars Arrive, owned by KAR, which just renamed. Did you see this story? KAR just renamed to Car Global. Yeah, no kidding. Hey, Car Global, I welcome you and invite you to come on the show, talk more about all of the changes, the good news, what's happening. I'd say the percentage chance of an interview with Car Global on this channel is much higher than that with Cox Automotive. But hey, let's all do a live panel. Yeah, that'll never happen. Okay. So, but has anything happened? And by the way, how many loads do we have? Let's see, at any one time. And does it say? Let's see. I did all to all. And it still, what did it splits it up into region anyways? It looks the same when I was dispatching. And I'll tell you, one of the things I like about Ready Auto and Cars Arrive is that you can place bids, right? That's really great. If you're booking after 5 p.m., 6 p.m., brokers aren't going to answer the phone, right? So being able to book online is awesome. And by the way, Central Dispatch, just a load board, number one. Ready Auto, load board, driver mobile app. One could argue there's a dispatch dashboard, but it is limited to Ready Auto. Cars Arrive, load board, mobile app. Same thing, limited dashboard. Number 4, United Road. I know. People have opinions of United Road. I realize that. And I hope to, got a question, is September to February a slow time? Yes, it is. In fact, you know what the slow time is in car hauling? January to January. It's not funny, Jay, but it sure feels true. So United Road, what they did is, this is why another reason why this is good timing. They're updating URAutoloads.com. I said they should, and I've gotten some feedback from them, and I'm happy to say United Road now has Hauly. HAULLY.com, rhymes with Wally. It's Hauly. So go get signed up. It's got to be better than URAutoloads. Load board, mobile app. Some might say that now it's time to work on VTAS, mobile app. Okay? Limited dashboard on URAutoloads. I don't have an account to Hauly, so I don't know what it looks like. Hope to tell you more in the future. That'd be great. Man, we haven't even broken the surface yet. Oh, you guys, I'm so excited for you. And by the way, got those interviews that we have later. Man, those are going to want to push those interviews. We're going to be here a while. But it's good. Trust me. You are just in time. Listen, if you are just joining the show, you are just in time. Because ACV, man, where was ACV a year ago? They were on Central Dispatch. Now, standalone, outstanding load board. And there's Matt. Matt is in the live chat. You got a question for ACV? Matt Majewski is in the live chat. You can ask him a question. acvauctions.com/ATI. Thank you, ACV. Not only thank you for what you do, thank you for participating in the channel. And really, I'm serious. I think you guys are showing the fastest growth that one could register on load boards. Okay, so you're in the load board space, right? Number 1 load board space. Hey, what's up, Matt? Boom. And by the way, not just load board space, but also dealer space, which is also a big deal. Hey, there's the mug. It's a big deal to be in the dealer space because, as Ty and I like to talk about, you get in with the dealers and you are really getting into the pulse of what's happening with the movement of cars. And by the way, used car sales are up, new car sales are down. So if you're an OEM car hauler, I know it's, you're at the, I know it feels like a more lofty position, and especially, man, you guys have been doing it longer than I have, all right? So I got to be careful. All right, there's no joke, right? Everybody knows that. You guys that have been driving for decades, you were driving when I was just a pea in a pod. I get it, I really do. But the thing is, this information is new. These changes are happening. There are some changes, and maybe it'll go back. Maybe in 5 years, it'll be like 90% OEM, 10% used. Man, with some of the changes happening, it's not going to be 90-10, but you get my point. ACV auctions, load board, get signed up. Don't miss this load board. Just do it. Carvana. All right. Now, this is where we're going to begin to do a little bit of change, right? Okay. What I just talked about is basically most of the top 5 load boards and most of the load board information out there. And as you can tell, man, I got so many tabs to go through, boys. Okay. Carvana. Carvana has a load board. I talked to Carvana today. I don't have the phone number. What you can do is just go to, this is great, go to Central Dispatch, go to search, and type in Carvana. Okay? I'm just telling you how to do it. All right? Go to Carvana. There it is. Click on Carvana. You want to call this 480 number. They're in Phoenix too. Seems like everybody's in Phoenix, right? Go to Carvana. Call them. You got to hit 1. Get signed up. They do have a load board. You have to have an MC number and a DOT number to get signed up, and it is its own load board. And I mean, we all know, we see the commercials. Carvana's moving a lot of cars. This is somewhere you can go, get signed up. It's another load board. All right. Now, do they have a mobile app for you to use? I actually don't know. So again, this is where I ask for your participation. Kobe Black just signed up for ACV. Thank you, Kobe. That means a lot. Since you don't dispatch, what do you do for money, Jay? Everybody loves to ask me that. I have monetized this channel. I'm a media guy, dude. I made my first film in 1993. I worked in Hollywood. I'm a media guy for life. Okay, 93. Okay, that was about 30 years ago. 25. So, and then I worked in live webcasting. Listen, the point is that I do this channel. This is all I do. I'm a media professional. I know. Strange, right? Why do you have a YouTube channel then? Because honestly, that is where media has gone. So again, my timing, I'm happy with it. And I'm not here, listen, if you don't get it, I'm not going to convince you. I'm not here to convince anybody that YouTube is the way to go. I just say, next time you want to learn something, let me know where you went. YouTube. Okay. All right, so we did Carvana, and I answered that question, Danny. And I thank you for that question, Danny. And I'm here to answer questions. So let's see here. What else we got? Man, the live chat's going crazy. CarMax. Okay. You guys remember CarMax? Isn't it weird how 2 years ago, I don't think anybody talked about Carvana except for on the Cars Arrive load board. If you were on Cars Arrive, you could book Carvana cars, and then they just went ahead and built their own board. You remember 2 years ago is when there was a car, did you know, for about a year, 2016, 2017, there was a CarMax load board for a very short amount of time. And I used to go there. It was kind of primitive, but I mean, you could book cars, and it was cool. But then, you know who got that contract? And I wrote an article about it. In the fall of 2017, I also wrote an article about how United Road got the CarMax contract, and the CarMax load board went away. I don't know the situation today, but I don't think CarMax has its own load board, but I point that out because that's something that has changed. So let's go ahead and just put an X through that. JMN. Who remembers JMN Hall load board? And I think it was called ProTranmart, Tranmart, something. Look at this. JMN says, in an effort to improve vendor relations, JMN is making a change in the way it does business with its carrier network. It's building an emphasis on partnerships, existing relationships. So yeah, you want to get a load, give them a call. I think that means the load board is gone. Okay, which brings us to bonus load board number 6. Now, 15 months ago, Ship.Cars was my bonus load board number 6. Ship.Cars has done a lot in the last couple years. Ship.Cars comes from its parent company, Montway. Okay, that's fine. And Ship.Cars, and again, that is my understanding. That, and I, if I'm wrong, I apologize. I'll just apologize right now just in case. But Ship.Cars has the load board, the mobile app, the dashboard. Now that's interesting. They got 3 of them. Okay? Remember the pie chart? If you're just joining now, we have this pie chart in the auto software update. Load board, driver app, dispatch dashboard, CRM pipeline. Okay? So Ship.Cars has load board, driver app, dispatch dashboard. Does it have a CRM? I'm not sure. Now, I have met a couple folks from Ship.Cars. I hope to learn more in the coming days. I have had a demo. It's some pretty good looking stuff. If you're not signed up with Ship.Cars, I'd say go ahead. Get signed up with Ship.Cars, because as a dispatcher, you need all the help you can get. You know what I'm talking about? You guys know what I'm talking about. See, there's your dispatch dashboard, your TMS dashboard. I'm gonna guess there's a CRM. I don't know. Okay, who's next? Okay, here we go. You guys ready? Super Dispatch. Super Dispatch is, in fact, one of the few companies that has all 4. Right? They just introduced a load board this year. They've had a driver mobile app for several years. 3+ years. Dispatch dashboard, probably the same time frame. So 2 and 3, been around a long time. Owner operator, small fleet. Some might argue large fleet. Load board, I don't know how many loads are on it. Don't have access, haven't seen it. CRM, I think that's new also. So while they have all 4, I think 1 and 4 are both new as of this year. So I would say, I think it's fair to say, Super Dispatch has all 4, but it's going to need more time to cook. Okay? But I have not mentioned a company yet that has all 4. And I guarantee there's a couple folks right now watching that are like, did Jay just say all that? Yeah, I did. Because I'm going to keep going. You guys ready? Run Buggy. Okay. Take a drink of my ELD Kool-Aid. Like, who is he going to talk about next? Man, I'm talking about everybody. This is really it. This is the big enchilada. Run Buggy is a it's more like an Uber, where it's connecting carriers to loads rather than a load board. It's not a stagnant load board. In fact, and this is what who said this? Kobe? Nick. Yes, Nick. Nick is saying that the future is not stagnant load boards. It's absolutely not. Run Buggy is not a stagnant load board, and yet its load board acts like a load board because it gives load notifications and load matching. I'm not sure what specific term they use, but these are concepts. You've also got, I believe it's a mobile app. I believe it's a load board. So I think, go ahead, get signed up. Dispatch dashboard. I'm not sure if you can. I think you can import other loads into the dispatch dashboard. I'm not 100% sure on that, but it could be 1, 2, and 3 with Run Buggy. And I will say this: Mark with Run Buggy, he was on the show. Man, that was 2 years ago. So thank you, Mark, for that interview 2 years ago. And I know a lot has changed at your company in the past 2 years. So congratulations to the changes that you've been a part of and that you've made happen. It's a good job. Metrogistics. Okay, now, Metrogistics was number 5 in the top 5 car hauling load boards last summer. Not anymore. Metrogistics, I hear less and less people talk about Metrogistics. I want to point this out. I think there's a reason. Metrogistics is now a part of Assertus, We know that sometime a year ago, Metrogistics became Assertis. If you don't know what Assertis does, Assertis is more like, see, getting back to Cox. Cox Automotive Solutions has so many things going on that go way beyond Central Dispatch Load Board. I should have actually, you know what, let's do this, because we're going to do this for a second. Cox Automotive, there are many people that know a lot more about Cox Automotive than I do. But if you don't know, look, man, this is a list of their brands. Just go to coxautoinc.com. They got all these brands, dude. Vin Solutions, Mannheim, V-Auto, Auto Trader, Vin Solutions. Oh, we said that. What else? I know there's more that aren't even on here. Clutch, Pivot, Ride Clean. See, they've got a lot of new services in mobility. There's a lot. There's probably so much happening they don't even have time to update the webpage. Okay, so Assertis is the same kind of company. They got a lot of fleet management services. There is so much going on at Assertis that they're not, I'm not saying they're not worried about Metrogistics, but Metrogistics is just a part of the big picture of Assertis. So, you know, maintaining the load board, updating it. At one point, I think they had a mobile app. I don't even know if anybody even uses that mobile app anymore. I never hear about that either. So, I think, but here's the deal. Just like Cox, Assertis, we're going to hear more. And Car Global, put them up here. Car Global. We're going to hear more from these companies. It's a matter of time. So right now, again, we are in the middle of finding out of what some of these companies are going to do next. So Metrogistics, I know there are good loads up here for some folks, but I also know a lot of people are not that happy with the loads that they post. I'm just saying. Let's go to another one. You guys want another one? Carshipio. So who's signed up with Carshipio, right? Carshipio's been around a while. And I've talked to Stan. Stan's a great guy. Stan's been on the show. I think Stan is the creator or founder of Carshipio. I'm not 100% sure on that. But I do know that Carshipio, let's pull up the pie chart again. Carshipio has a driver mobile app. Carshipio has a dispatch dashboard. Carshipio also has a load board called the Carshipio Marketplace. So if you are a dispatcher, get signed up with Carshipio also. In fact, doing this, as I talk about that, it makes me think, there should be, I don't know if there could be like an Auto Transport Intel, like, pinwheel of load boards to keep track of all these possible load boards where you could find loads. We're going to have to, somebody's going to come up with something. That's not, I'm not a technology creator, clearly, because I just called it a pinwheel of load boards or something. All right. But Carshipio is worth checking out, and I know he's got more happening on the East Coast than on the West Coast. And that goes for pretty much everybody, seriously. The cars are in the East Coast. If you work in the West, I've had a couple people ask me, hey, where do I go to get loads? I'm in the Southwest. The answer is, I don't know, actually. No, you go wherever you can. In fact, this is where you go make a relationship, right? Because the load boards, man, you are going to be doing a lot of hand wringing. All right, in 2016, I included reindeer on my load board list. And I'm glad I did. Because even today, if you get signed up with reindeer, and by the way, if you do get signed up with reindeer, let them know that you heard about them on Auto Transport Intel and that I want part of the $50 referral. Anyways, but I want you to succeed, so I'm just giving it away. ReindeerAuto.com. Call the 800 number, ask for Andrew or Elizabeth. Say that Jay told him to call, and he wants his $50. And you get signed up. It's easy. And the thing I like about reindeer, and actually, like, Relotrans is not on this list. Another VIP corporate relocation company. Those are good companies to be set up with if you have a 3, 4, 5 car, so you can move that single move POVs. Dude, get the corporate relocation. Get with reindeerauto.com. Good paying loads, but you're going to have to, listen, they're very serious about the inspection. Follow everything they say, but it's worth it. Reindeerauto.com. I said it, man. Okay, U-Ship. I never talk about U-Ship. Do you know why? I've never, not once in the years that I dispatched, and I dispatched a lot of cars, not once did I get a car off U-Ship. But I hear other guys say they do. I know people that have gotten cars off of U-Ship, so I'm bringing it out into the light. Go ahead, sign up for U-Ship, give it a shot. Let me know. I'd love to know. I'd love to know. In fact, I'd love to do a show on U-Ship. In fact, I talked to U-Ship, I believe a year ago, started to update its own business model because basically Montway figured out how to, well, and then everybody else joined in. If you try to bid on a car on U-Ship, you are bidding against brokers, and they know what they're doing, and they're in the office all day. The brokers have figured out how to use U-Ship to add to their volume. Anyways, maybe that's why I've never gotten a car off U-Ship. But I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the company. I just don't know how you make it work. Let me know. I'd love to know. And by the way, this is interesting. So I'm at the Mid-America Truck Show 6 months ago in March 2019, and I met Lorne Metzen. Lorne, I believe, is the CEO of 123 Load Board. I don't think he's the founder. Maybe. And I told Lorne that I didn't know 123 Load Board had cars. I didn't know. He said, well, of course we do. So I'm here to tell you guys 123 Load Board has cars. I know. I didn't know either. So it goes on the list. Go to 123 Load Board, sign up. I mean, I don't know how much it costs. Let's check out the pricing. And that's another thing. The pricing, it's $35 a month. I don't know. I know that the hotshot guys are using it, cars and freight. That's where I think 123 Load Board has its strength because it's cars and freight. $35 a month might make sense. If you're just a car hauler and you're just a husband and wife team, I don't know. You're probably not going to pay that. But maybe. Let me know how it goes. I thought it was all freight. Apparently they have cars. Okay, now we were talking about, we kind of weaving around here. I know it's a little squirrely. By the way, those interviews probably are going to 9:30, guys, so hang tight. But I mean, this is good. I knew this would take a while. With like Run Buggy, I think Run Buggy is the main one I talked about, where it's kind of like Uber, load matching, car shipper, same kind of concept, different business model. Car shipper wants to put carriers in touch with loads, shippers, without the need to have brokers, which is interesting because actually in that sense, car shipper acts as a CRM. Kind of. In fact, this is a true hybrid. If we were to get into hybrids of this kind of straightforward model, load board, CRM, mobile app, dispatch dashboard, car shipper's kind of all four. And I think it more reflects the future, which I'll just go ahead and say it now. Uber Freight. Uber Freight, that's the future. And we know it's working in freight because you know what? And I put these in here on purpose. I was going to reference them. I talked to a guy, Internet Truck Stop, truckstop.com. This guy was in freight. He is in freight. He said he used truckstop.com for a lot of loads 2 years ago. When Uber Freight came out, it's such a better system, he literally stopped using truckstop.com. That is a major change, and he can't be alone. In fact, even new companies like Convoy that do load matching, I think even they have to watch out for big companies like Uber Freight, which brings us back to Cox Automotive. See, if Cox Automotive just leaves Central Dispatch as the Flintstones until they got all this stuff built up, and then they just flick the switch and create the Uber Freight of car hauling, I mean, that could be a pretty intense moment. I don't know when and if, but maybe. Until then, I think we're going to see some more new technologies like Car Shipper or companies at least moving more in that direction. Yes, Nick, you made the list. Nick with Go For It app. Now, Go For It app, driver mobile app, also I think acts in a way as a dispatch dashboard, and Go For It is also thinking towards the future. One of the things that Go For It is trying to do is think about how to help add value to the actual transport of the vehicle, rather than just be a, I don't know, mobile app, walled garden dashboard. Go For It is trying to think, okay, how do we add value to what the driver did on the mobile app? Because when the car is delivered, that information isn't just useless. That information should stay with the car. That's a really interesting idea. That's a great idea, because the car hauler is a professional with cars, right? In fact, that seems to be something so many people forget. The car hauler isn't just a transporter. He's a professional with vehicles, man. I saw on Facebook, hot wiring lights and stuff. I mean, dude, car haulers are crafty with machines. So if they put something on an inspection, that might be worthwhile. And this might be where a rating system of drivers could actually be useful for the broker or shipper. It's interesting. Okay, now, that is kind of moving in the future. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go backward. Okay. You can tell we did, right? Easy dispatch. And by the way, at this point now, if you're a dispatcher or carrier, I've kind of gone through the load boards that I think you're probably going to get signed up with, but I think you're really going to want to keep listening, because you're going to learn a lot about where we've been, what else is out there, what's happening in other parts of the market. I do have a lot of information here, so I'm just going to say this. All right. Many people know who Easy Dispatch is. Easy Dispatch, that's Dave at Easy Dispatch. He was on the show in the spring. Great guy, passionate about car hauling technology, but it's legacy, right? It's legacy, it's older. It's still in place in some places. Some people still use it, but even Dave, I mean, is it being updated? I don't think so. Is it going to knock your socks off with its, fancy rounded edges? No, I don't think so. But it's part of car hauling software history, and it has led to other developments. And it probably, in fact, it was around when CargoTel was around. Now, lots of people know what CargoTel is. CargoTel, and by the way, let me just say this. Easy Dispatch, load board, dispatch dashboard. I don't think it was I don't think it was a load board. So I'm going to say I don't know if it was a load board. It was definitely a dispatch dashboard, and it had mobile app like qualities before the mobile app existed. So as we get into CargoTel is your legacy high-end enterprise fleet, large fleet dispatch dashboard. Okay, that's your TMS, right? It says it right there. TMS. And it has EDI for OEMs. There are car hauling fleets, new car hauling fleets right now, right? CargoTel is still booming. By the way, exactly. I haven't been reading the live chat. Most of what I said, I just know firsthand, and I've talked to people. I haven't seen CargoTel in a long time. I don't know anybody that personally uses it because I'm more in touch with smaller companies. But I know larger fleets do use it, and several fleets have gone ahead and made their own because they didn't want to pay the prices. And that's interesting. That could be a problem, because if you are too expensive, right, and someone can just recreate it, that's going to happen. And I know that's happened to CargoTel. Is CargoTel watching the show? No. Is CargoTel going to be on this show? I doubt it. But, like Candy says, CargoTel still happening. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, what is this? PDF filler. I point this out because you will always find there are going to be programs out there you can use. You can use them for free. You could search car hauling software, find something for free. Excuse me, free car hauling software. You're welcome to it. This one exists now. I don't know how long. Here's another one, Auto Transport Receipt. There used to be one called BOL Direct. I don't think that exists anymore. Oh, and it's not free, $15 a month. Anyways, I point these out because there will be companies that you may find or know of, and if they're not on my list, please let me know. Send me a live chat, put it in my YouTube comments. You like that ELD Kool-Aid? Man, I sure do as well. Just let me know. Truckify. Do you know Truckify? You want to go ahead and get signed up with Truckify. Truckify is a mobile app. Truckify is a mobile app option. There are many mobile apps, and this is important. This is a part of why I'm talking about every company I know of, because there are many driver mobile apps. In fact, nope, 1, 2, 3, doesn't count yet, maybe, let's say 4, 5, I think that's 6, 7, 8, don't think so, 9, 10, does Cargotel have a mobile app? Somebody let me know. Does that count? I'm not sure. Okay, so we know there's at least 10 mobile apps just up to this point. And there's more. We have more mobile apps. Yes, we do. And that's why it's important. And I gotta include mobile apps on this list. Loadboard, mobile app, Dispatch Dashboard, CRM, they are part of the same circle. Even if Truckify right now only does the mobile app, that could change. The mobile app could change. But they are an option in the marketplace. And some features of different mobile apps will vary from other mobile apps. So it's personal preference. That's why I'm talking about everybody. How about Turvo? You guys know what Turvo is? Turvo is the company that created the mobile app technology for RPM. You guys have heard of RPM carriers, right? Which, by the way, RPM is in this category too, as are some other carriers, where they actually have an internal load board. They have a driver mobile app, which means there's a dispatch dashboard where you're going to manage your loads. But again, can you add other loads from other companies into the dispatch dashboard? I don't think so. Maybe. Could be wrong. Anthony Kuntz came on the show 2 years ago from RPM. Thank you, Anthony, for doing that. So would love to get an update. We'll see. By the way, Muzi of Truckify, he's been on the show. We had the Truckify. And so a lot of these interviews, if you go to YouTube and you Google this company name, you can watch the company interview, learn more about it, and that's pretty neat. And that's unique. You can only do that on Auto Transport Intel. You won't find that anywhere else, really. In the planet, actually. You won't, which is great. And it's taken me a lot. I put a lot of work into being the Auto Transport Software Authority channel, place for the updates. Anyways, okay. Car Delivery Network. All right, Car Delivery Network. Now, Car Delivery Network's been on the channel. Car Delivery Network definitely has a driver mobile app. Has a TMS Dispatch Dashboard for sure, especially in OEM. CRM, I don't know. Maybe. But I will say this. Of the few companies that are in all four, Car Delivery Network probably fits in all four. Car Delivery Network is a big company with roots overseas. And, this is a major company, moves a lot of new cars move through their network. And there's more to learn about Car Delivery Network, Carrier Exchange, VIN Deliver, VIN Dispatch, and you will see Car Delivery Network at conferences, auto haulers, finished vehicle logistics. This is a big company, so with a far reach and a deep impact in the industry. So that's definitely a company. If you get a chance to learn more about Car Delivery Network, do it. ViaCall. Okay, ViaCall, I had not heard of, but I got to meet them. They have a mobile app, so they definitely have. ViaCall definitely has a mobile app, and I believe a dispatch dashboard. I'm going to go with 2 and 3. I don't think they have a load board. I don't know if they have a CRM. Again, we keep saying ePOD. ePOD, electronic point of delivery. ePOD is like the what is an ePOD, right? You hear ePOD. It's like escargot. What is it? I mean, I know it's snails, but beyond that, I don't. Okay, well, an ePOD is just my understanding is the product package of what happened on the electronic mobile app. Okay, it's the driver's delivery of the vehicle package with a bow on it. ePOD. So, ViaCall is another way to go if you're moving OEM, mobile app, dashboard, ViaCall. Not everyone's heard of that. Now, this one you've heard of. If you've been watching Auto Transport Intel, you've definitely heard of Gopher. All right? Niles has been on the show. We have an interview. You can watch it. We have demo. He's been on the show a couple times. And really, when it comes to like Gopher and even Car Delivery Network, and there's a few others in there that I've been talking to on and off over at least a year. And it's cool because, as you know, in this business, and this is where I'm telling you, if you're watching this video right now, you are getting like, this is like an energy drink of car hauling software. Because to learn all this stuff, I had to learn it through phone calls and meetings and demos and Googling. And I mean, it's really, this is a lot of information at one time. And so, yeah, you can watch probably maybe a third of these companies now, like Gopher, you can watch in the Auto Transport Intel archives. But let's look at the pie chart. Definitely have a mobile app. Definitely have a dispatch dashboard. Actually, I believe there's CRM in there too. The one thing they don't have, I don't believe they have a load board. I would say they don't have a load board. 2, 3, and 4. What's cool about Gopher is you're talking new cars, used cars, contract business, smart technology. Gopher is smart technology. I will tell you this, ClearPath TMS. This is okay. I'm going to guess half of the audience has never heard of ClearPath TMS, and the other half is like, oh yeah, I totally know ClearPath TMS. Now I'm not sure why that is, but I think it's because it's OEM. All right. Now ClearPath TMS, this is good-looking technology too. No lie. I had a demo. I met Aaron in Baltimore, and definitely has a driver mobile app. I want to say for sure. Definitely has a dispatch dashboard. So 2 and 3 for sure. I'm not sure if it has a CRM. Don't think it has a load board. But smart technology. So there are OEMs using ClearPath TMS. Absolutely. New car haulers. Evolve. My gosh. Who knows this one? Does anybody know Evolve? Now, if you... Jeez, Jay. I don't know what to say anymore. These guys are in Canada, and I actually had a demo with Evolve, and you know what? There's a lot here. This is worth looking into. What's really cool is they have all this training. Man, I was blown away by how much training they have. In fact, if many of our, I don't even know who to click on. so I'm not going to click on anybody. But if many of our current auto transport software companies had as much training as Evolve, whoa. I'm telling you, there's a serious opportunity there, and it's called Auto Transport Intel. But Evolve has, shameless, Evolve has driver mobile app, dispatch dashboard, maybe they have a CRM? And they do, I think they do cars and freight. And they even get into fleet management. Actually, there's a lot here. It's worth looking into. So if you're, listen, this is where I'm no longer talking about owner operators. If you have a fleet, if you have 50 plus trucks, this is the kind of company. Check this out. Check out the last, if you have 50 plus trucks, bang, 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 bang. Okay, here's another one. Now, Inform Software is the kind of company that they're working at a higher level, like car delivery network, where they're really going for like OEM business. Okay, we're talking, look at this. At Inform, more than 750 business analysts, data scientists, more than 1,000 customers worldwide. I mean, we're talking about fleets, OEMs, ports, vessel shipping, rail. I mean, when you're working at that really high level, you are probably dealing with Inform. Look at this. I mean, this is way beyond. Automotive is just a sector of the business they do. This is a big one. I don't even know what the pricing is. It's like a mansion a month. Hi, what's your pricing? A mansion a month. I don't even know. If they, I know they have a dispatch dashboard. I'm pretty sure they have mobile apps, and I think it goes way beyond the kind of stuff we're used to talking about. In fact, I'm going to go with all four. Well, I don't know if they have a load board, but if you're working at that level, you're not looking for a load board. You know, when you eat caviar for breakfast, you skip the omelet. Okay. No one's ever said that before, Jay. All right, which brings me to Freight Verify. Freight Verify. And by the way, I met the Inform software guys in Baltimore. Also saw them in Detroit. Freight Verify, same thing. I met Christine in Baltimore. Then I also met Lindsay and another gentleman's name in Detroit. And I've also had a demo. This is riding on top. Meaning this is not just, I got a dispatch dashboard and a mobile app. This is like global supply chain software. The kind of stuff where, high-end geofencing, we're talking rail tracking, vessel shipping tracking, ports, detailed reports, or macro views. Awesome stuff. So, if you find yourself at the Freight Verify level, you've made it. Now, all of this is governed by, there must be some, the question comes up, well, who's, now that we got 1 million apps, Jay, you've just gone through 20 plus software, who's organizing all this stuff? All right, well, AIAG, Automotive Industry Action Group, is the organization, and I've talked to Trish. Hope to have her on the show so she can talk more about it. But they're an organization. They don't have a mobile app and a dashboard for you, but rather they help mediate OEMs, at the OEM level, the standards at which these communications will take place so that there's some standardization among the software. Some of these other companies, upper level, they're also at the level where they are in the process of, at a high level macro view, being the umbrella that uses AIAG standards to some degree. Okay, I said that. Guys, we're almost done. It seems like we're doing pretty good here. I feel like class is still in session, so I'm gonna ask for 5 to 10 more minutes of your time. Might be 5. Okay. It's like a lecture hall. JTracker. Who uses JTracker? JTracker is not a load board. It's not a mobile app. It's not a dispatch dashboard. JTracker is your original CRM. Now, when I say that, it's no mistake that you got central dispatch brackets pointing right and JTracker brackets pointing left. Because you know who owns JTracker? You got it. Is it listed? Well, I think JTracker is owned by DealerTrack, which is owned by Cox. Okay. So JTracker, and it shares a lot. It's very similar to Central Dispatch in that it's older, it hasn't been updated, and a lot of people aren't happy with it. But I think it is, I don't know if it's much of a standard as Central Dispatch, but it is kind of a default CRM. Customer relation management tool. All right, what's a CRM? What's an ePOD? All right, CRM. All right, this is where you manage your leads. Let's say you're a carrier and you are now getting your own customers, whether it's through dealers, POV, you're buying leads, you go into Craigslist, wherever you get your leads. You have to manage it. You can't just have stickies everywhere, in Billy's car and Bobby Joe. You can't do that. You might have used to. You don't do it now. Okay? You manage all your leads online with a software. That's what a CRM is. So you add a contact, phone number, email, and then, the price. And this gets into, we could get into auto quoting software, but that's really, I want to stay out of additional features like that. Some CRMs have auto quoting, which brings us to Superflow. Superflow is a broker CRM, number 4, okay, that also has auto quoting, right? That's a big deal. How many CRMs have an auto quoter? Not many. JTracker does not. I don't think. Unless, if it does, here's the thing is, and I don't use JTracker, if it does, I think some would say it's not as accurate and detailed as they wish. But again, that's hearsay. JTracker, CRM. Let's go to that next one. Okay, Freight Dragon. There are some brokers. There are actually several brokers that when you get the dispatch from the broker, it says at the bottom, it's created with Freight Dragon. Or it looks like other broker CRM dispatches. And that's really, that's why we're talking about CRMs. CRMs create the dispatch that the dispatcher or fleet manager gets and puts into their dispatch dashboard. So what's interesting is CRM load board, that information usually comes from a broker, and driver mobile app dispatch dashboard is usually used by the carrier. 1 and 4 broker, 2 and 3 carrier, somewhat. BATS CRM. Now I've had Tom on the show. That show was called Broker CRM. We didn't call it BATS CRM because I wasn't sure exactly how what we were going to talk about. But we did talk about BATS CRM. That was a great show. Again, this is some great looking technology. BATS, best auto transport software, huh? Okay. So BATS, and this is pretty cool. He's got, it's pretty well laid out software: organize, sell, communicate, dispatch, streamline, track, automate, report. That's pretty good CRM right there. You've got all the pieces in a nice display, easy to manage. This is actually why I'm going to go back to have all 4, to create a CRM. Let's say you have mobile app, dashboard, and load board. To have a CRM that's as good and competes at this level, it's a lot of work. So that's why I say this. In Q4 2019, nobody has all 4 pieces. Not the way you'd want it. Not yet. I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm willing to listen to anybody who wants to tell me otherwise. Absolutely. I'm not here to get in an argument. This is not fisticuffs, but this is the state of auto transport as of today, and I think that's where we're at. And I already talked about Superflow. So that's it. I finished the list. I put up DAT because this is a freight load board. DAT is the central dispatch of freight. It just is. Internet Truck Stop was probably the ready logistics of freight, but is on its way. It's not having, I don't think it's having the same use DAT is. Convoy has taken some of that away from Internet Truck Stop. In auto transport, Convoy might be something like a hybrid of like something like that. Okay. Convoy's got a lot of contracts. We talked about Uber Freight. If these guys do that, that could be a game changer. And here's your game changer. If somebody in this list can create an Amazon Flex type of environment with all these specifically branded sub-haulers, you know what I'm talking about. You get a package now, and you know what's going to pull up, right? An Amazon Sprinter van, and you never know who's driving it, who owns it. There are hundreds, thousands of subcontractors now, and here's the page to go sign up and be your own business. If somebody could figure this out in car hauling, somebody big, that could be a game changer too. So I don't know what'll happen, but I do know that this company and this company are working on future stuff like that, while other companies work to build and grow. I think that my prediction is in a year, this will look different. It looks different from a year ago. It'll look different in a year. And so that is why this is my auto transport software update Q4 2019. I can't wait to do this again in a year, in 3 quarters, whatever makes sense. That's what we'll do. And so if there are questions, I can't wait to hear them. I really appreciate everyone that stuck around for this. What we're gonna do now is, and I know I'm a half hour late on my interview with Chris, but I don't think it'll be that long of an interview. In fact, Chris and Sue, if you guys are willing, I'd like to have you guys both on at the same time. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna do this. You are going to. Oh yeah, that's right. We got to do this. We got to do the CTS Business Coaching Question of the Day. First, let's do this. Let's do this. Honey, what's he doing? All right. CTS Business Coaching Question of the Day. What's your favorite car hauling software? You saw the list. What's your favorite? I honestly want to know. I don't care what you say. I don't care what it is. Please just share it with me in the live chat, YouTube and Facebook. And if you're watching this on demand, put it in the comments below. We're going to be right back.
Historically, buying and selling wholesale vehicles is time-consuming, expensive, and loaded with risk. With ACV, our 20-minute online auctions provide immediate access to thousands of dealers who are ready to buy. Our inspectors complete comprehensive condition reports right at your dealership, from engine fluid levels and OBD2 scans to paint meter readings and tire tread depths with tons of high-res photos. Our condition reports take the guesswork out of wholesale. The ACV team comes to your dealership, inspects the vehicles you'd like to sell, and loads them into the app, and you're selling vehicles in no time. There are no fees for running a vehicle that doesn't sell, and you don't have to worry about transportation to a physical auction. See how ACV can work with your dealership at acvauctions.com.
All right, welcome back to Auto Transport Intel. Listen, I really appreciate you guys sticking around. I know it's been a long show. There's been a lot of information. Let's see here. What do we got here? What's going on, man? I missed so much in the live chat, and it's so interesting is that the YouTube live chat goes crazy. People are still getting used to seeing me on Facebook. That's cool. But I want to say hello to Enctor. Thanks for tuning in. Jacinto Luna, hey, what's going on? Can you go into your load board? Let's see what else we got here. Oh, and he got it. Thank you. Bogey Joe Sr., what's up? You're late. Dude, you're fine, dude. You can go back and watch this later. Listen to it in the truck. How's my driving? Checking in. Hey, what's up? How's my driving? Your driving is great. Julia G. Sue, who do you work with? Oh, man, Sue works with everybody if she can. She stays really, really busy. Also, I saw, hey, Charles Beatty, welcome to the show. And listen, Charles, yeah, you should definitely get in touch with Candy. I see Candy interacting with more and more people in the live chat. In fact, I think Candy should probably get a gold star at this point. And by the way, let's see here. Okay, here's what I did. I sent Chris and Sue, I sent you guys a new invite. I'm just gonna, here's what I'm gonna do. Because I was way off on the time. Yeah, big shocker, Jay. Okay, see, new invite link, separate from this email. What's he doing, honey? He's typing to his guests live on the show while we wait. And I appreciate your patience. I really do. It means a lot. Hey, Al Bartley is here. Hey, what's up, Al? Thanks for tuning in. That's great. I appreciate it. Also, okay, Sue said great. She sees it. She'll be with us here in a minute. Also, hey, by the way, how's the subs doing? Did we meet a milestone yet or no? I'm just curious. So if someone can tell me, because I don't. Oh, we're still at 6.99. That's crazy talk. All right, that's fine. It is what it is. What are you gonna do? Awesome Joe. Awesome Joe. Awesome show, Jay. Thanks for mentioning Truckify car hauling app tonight. You're welcome, Truckify. And I want to say this too. Listen, if you've been named on the Auto Transport Software Update Q4 2019 list, whether you're with me here tonight or you see this later, please do say hello. It really is important that everyone in the auto industry, in the auto transport industry, in the automotive industry gets to know your software. And that's the whole point. 6.99, yeah. One of the things that I want to make sure of is that the reason I'm talking about all this stuff, number one, is because I'm familiar with it, and I've met almost everybody in that list. Number two is because it's the technology, and you guys know this. It's the technology that you're going to run into more, but you're also going to see that's what can be a game changer in your business. What? Fire, right? Before fire, how did you make scrambled eggs? I mean, I don't know. I have no idea. But when you could create fire where you wanted it, that was the technology of the day. The wheel, the technology of the day. The toolbox, right? Something's broken, you get a tool out of your toolbox. These mobile apps, these load boards, these driver mobile apps, load boards, dispatcher carrier dashboards, and broker CRM tools. These are the auto transport tools of the day, and that's what's going to help you make more, work faster, right? Be more upset, right? No, that's a joke, but it seems like, yeah, the more technology we get, the less happy we are in some instances. So I want to help. I really do want to help. I'm not just here to tell you that I know all this stuff. I don't know everything about it, although I do know quite a bit, and I don't think you've ever seen a list like that before. Okay, what is he doing? Hey, Sue, you want to join the show? By the way, I don't know if Chris is with us or not, so I'm gonna show this. Let's do this. I may have blown it talking so long in my auto transport software update. That is possible. And in fact, here let's do this. The meeting ID is, let's see, trying to get on, not having any luck. Here, I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to type the meeting ID. Okay? So Sue, Chris, and I think I screwed up the waiting room because I was talking so long, as everybody knows. I'm sending you guys the meeting ID. All right? Just Sue and Chris. If you get that, I just sent you an email. If you type that meeting ID into Zoom, you should be able to join me. But if not, I'll wing it. It's 9:46. So I shared this. This is relevant. I shared this on Facebook. This is Chris. And Chris made a video. He'd had it. We've all had it at different moments. It gets this stuff gets really frustrating. So he made this video where you can read the title there. And I'm trying to be diplomatic, but you know what I did? I thought it was important because Chris is not alone, by the way. There are a lot of people that feel this way. In fact, 152 people engaged in this video. There are a lot of people that feel this way. That if you're gonna go through the process of creating technology, posting a load board, booking loads, having agents, giving rules, and all this stuff, and then make the carriers feel like you're really lowballing on brand new trucks. Like, one time I was talking to OEM fleets and I was telling them that I can book new cars, new trucks, brand new trucks at the railhead on the used car hauling load board. They could not believe it. They didn't believe it. They said, "No way, you're lying." I said, "I'm not lying. True story." Yeah, that's true, Kobe. That's a true story. And this is a video of what it feels like to get lowballed on brand new trucks. Okay? I've been the dispatcher. I've done that. I've been that guy. Okay? It's hard, right? And that's why you see carriers griping. By the way, I've not mentioned a company name. I am merely sharing information. Okay? This is not my axe to grind. I'm no longer a dispatcher. And that's why I'm talking about it. Because I'm speaking on behalf of people that stare at these load boards every day and have to either book this garbage or just go empty. And a lot of people are talking about just going empty. Why? What's happened? What's going on? Who's paying for that building? Well, somebody's paying for it, and the carriers are paying for it, and not all carriers are happy about it. So I shared this video. You're welcome to go on YouTube. You can do it right now. I'm trying, not working. All right. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's do this. Here, let's do this. I'm going to try. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to send you a new. Oh, man, I think I just broadcasted the meeting ID. Ah, dang it. Well, it's a free-for-all. I'm going to try one more time. Sue, Chris, I'm going to send a new email. And if you're able to join, here's what I'm going to do. Check this out. Watch this. I'm going to end this meeting. Hey, where'd he go? Okay. Hang on one second, you guys. I'm gonna redo this. Can you see me? Yep, you can see me. I'm gonna send you a brand new email. I mean, this is the newest email ever. This has never happened on this show. I've never, but you know what? This is the first time for everything. And honestly, this show was really mostly talking about the auto transport software update. You got to roll with it. It's a live show. People know that. Won't launch. I don't know why or why not. It's spinning. It's okay. It's okay. You know what? We're at 10 to 10. and it's okay. Really, it is. Here's a question: is Truckify Dispatch Monkey the same thing? It is, in fact. Let's do this. Let's go ahead and close that. Let's pull this back up here. Let's go ahead and go to Truckify. Yeah, Truckify. Now, hey, did you guys see Dispatch Monkey? It's funny, I didn't, you know what? Here's one I didn't get in here. But Dispatch Monkey is not, it's not a, oh man, I can't show it. It's not a load board. It's not a driver mobile app. It's not a, it's like a feature. But it's now, look at that. DispatchMonkey.com has been improved, is now part of Truckify. 100% free car hauling app. Oh, there you go. So simply log in with Dispatch Monkey, visit the Route Scout page. Well, all right, there it is. It's right there, Jay. I don't know what all the consternation's about. So there you go. Go to Truckify and get Dispatch Monkey, all in the same package. Lesia says, what's a bot? Well, I know in Fortnite, a bot is a player that plays like a robot. But I don't know what a bot is in auto transport software. Updating dispatch software. Okay, so I think that's all the questions. By the way, we had a less squirrely show tonight. Probably because it was just me talking about software. So I think I'm going to leave the Zoom meeting room here in a second, and then we'll just kind of, I'm just checking the live chat to see if there's anything else. This whole video from start to finish says everything you're asking. Have you watched any of the other auto transport intel shows? Oh, look at this. Hey, Sue. Hey, what's up? Hey, how's it going? Oh, okay, wait, say it again. Say hello again. Yeah, you're here.
Hey. This is Sue. Yes.
Hey, Sue. Thanks so much for joining. I know it was kind of a crazy night. Was it a crazy night? Why don't you here? Let me update these titles. What did you think? How did I do? What do you think of all this?
Oh, I think it's great because a lot of these people don't realize how many load boards there really are. I mean, some good, some bad. We don't know how that goes, but.
Well, sure. Yeah, I mean, exactly. Good. Listen, everything is slightly different. And for anybody that doesn't know Sue, I mean, this is Sue of Murphy Auto Transport, Murphy Auto Dispatch Services. Sue not only helps dispatch, but I mean, you manage a team of dispatchers, right, which manages,
yes,
each dispatcher manages several drivers. And you've been doing this. Right. I mean, you've been dispatching longer than I ever did.
15 years.
15 years.
Yeah, I've been doing it for 15. Yeah.
Wow.
I think we figured out the day my anniversary is coming up for 15 years exactly. So.
Wow. 5 years ago, did anybody use a mobile app?
No.
I mean, there were
nobody even knew what that was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
24.
I mean, I know. Okay.
Yeah, 20.
We won't mention names.
Well, no.
I got approached for it.
Well, right. Okay, tell me. So when were you first approached about a mobile app? Do you remember when?
Probably, I'm going to guess and say 5 years ago. Is that about right? You know the dates more than I do.
In 2014. Could that be right? Maybe.
Yeah, that could be it.
It could be.
Yeah, because I got approached about it. Yeah.
So we'll say
but none of my drivers thought about it even.
Well, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. So we'll say by January 2015. Okay. So we'll say around 5 years ago, somebody said to you, what did they say? Would you use a mobile app? What did they?
Yeah, he called me up because I think one of my drivers had talked to him and he had heard of me. And so he knew I dealt with a lot of drivers and wanted to kind of get, I think, my input on the whole thing. And like I told him at the time, I hate to say it, but I almost laughed in his face because my drivers are old school. I've still got 3 drivers that will not use any kind of EBOL.
You do? You have,
I mean, and it
you have 3 drivers?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
3 drivers will not use it.
What do they do?
And they hate using all the other apps.
Well,
They use paper BOLs. Yes, paper BOLs.
I mean, I don't want to
still exist.
I don't want to seem so shocked. I really don't. I don't want to be that guy, but it is kind of shocking, isn't it? It is. Doesn't it make your job harder?
Yes, because we're faxing, we're emailing, and even though I explain this to them, and I even say, "Oh, we will pay for it, just so you have it," they still say no.
I'll pay for it. Wow.
Yeah, I've got 3 of them. Yeah. Anybody that signs up with me now, though, is automatic. Just so you know, you're signed up with them. This is what we're doing. Because I don't think everybody understands. It's not just for the ease of use of it. It's for the pictures. It's to cover your butt.
Right.
I mean, straight up, how many times how many times have I had the call saying we damaged this car? And I make my drivers take pictures at pickup and delivery. And then I can throw the pictures at them and say, do you see this car? There is no damage. Same thing at delivery. If it happened after that. And it usually clears it up, it's done, and you move on.
It's happening in the live chat right now. Bogey Joe Sr. says, I'm trying to operate my car hauling with as little technology as possible.
I get it. But.
Well, and listen, and that's the thing too. And Bogey Joe, I want to say thank you for just being honest and just typing it and hit send. We understand.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's crazy, but I do know that, things have changed really fast. One of the things I was going to do a blog. Remember I told you how I feel about blogs. And so I'm not going to do this now, but I might do a video, maybe. Dang it, I'm giving away my secret. But I was going to do a blog post on the history of the bill of lading. The history of the bill of lading is anybody can go to Wikipedia and then argue. But apparently we're talking like 14th century, 16th century, and it originated with shipping. So that's how old the bill of lading is. 400 years. 500 years, right? Wow. You may as well be in the Renaissance period, right? So like Leonardo da Vinci probably invented the first BOL, right? And so it's been that way up until like 5 years ago. That's kind of hardcore, right? So I get it. But, you and I both know it's not just the pictures. It's not just the people that you're hauling for. But, whether it's insurance or brokers or somewhere along the line, somebody is saying, I want to know where the car is and I don't want to send a fax.
Yep. Right. Well, and the best part, too, also, is there's GPS trackers. So if they call me and they ask where my driver is at, I can go on the GPS tracker and tell them, okay, they're in Louisville, Kentucky right now, and they just dropped, this car, and they'll be going to you next, kind of thing. And he's 20 miles out. That's handy too, instead of having to call them and say, hey, where are you at?
So
that happens a lot.
You just made me think. I need to call Sacha Baron Cohen and see if he'll go with me to an expo, and we'll set up an expensive booth where we're pushing everyone to go back to paper. Like, paper is better. Why wouldn't you do paper? And then we'll set up a fax machine and maybe an AOL connection with that dial up, It's just,
it takes 10 minutes for the page to flip one page.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You know what? We just did the bill of lading and we're going to send it to the shipper and we're going to use a Mojo, which is right? If anybody getting into car hauling today actually probably thinks what we're talking about is just a waste of time, why would anybody do that? But if you just started and you drive long enough, you'll meet guys that are on paper sending faxes, right? Yep. Going into Absolutely. How about that one? Yep. Standing in line at the truck stop to use the fax machine.
Uh-huh.
Can you even do that anymore?
You know what's even funnier? Yeah, well, yeah, they do. Or I send them into Copart or IA and we fax them their paperwork.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, that sucks.
I mean, some of my drivers have printers in their truck, and I always recommend having a mobile printer because it just makes your life easier. Because, sometimes we have releases that they will not look at your phone to use, so we got to print them.
Yes. In fact, you know what?
And you know what I thought about this?
What?
Go ahead.
No, you please.
Well, I used to have 2 fax lines I used to pay for probably about 4 years ago, because I was constantly faxing,
Right,
faxing.
of course, yeah.
Now I've gone down to 1 fax line and I barely use it.
Awesome.
We maybe fax 2 or 3 items a week. That's about it.
Yeah.
Everything's email or through through eBOL or something to that effect.
I haven't sent a fax. I don't even know, man. I don't even know if I've sent a fax this year. I've definitely not sent a fax.
Well, I don't even have.
I definitely haven't sent a fax in auto transport. Maybe because I was contacting, sending like, I don't know. Yeah. I can't even think of a use.
It's very rare.
I can't.
Yeah.
It's silly.
I agree.
It's fun. And so
see the eBOL systems too, you can fax from there for free.
Right. Well, exactly. So eFax. Exactly. I don't even know when I've used a regular fax line, because last year I used eFax a little bit.
Oh, that's been 10. Yeah. But regular fax machine's probably been 10 years for me.
That is so funny, man.
It's an anchor in the lake right now. Let's put it that way.
I'll bet you there's somebody watching that doesn't even know what a fax machine is. Like, they got ePOD, right? And they got CRM, but what's a fax?
I know. My son asked me what a beeper was when I said I used to have a beeper.
A beeper. Okay. So when I was working in Hollywood in the 90s, I had a beeper. And I was working in the art department. I had to drive a truck. And I'd get a beep. So I had to pull the truck over. And then this helped. This is what trucking was like. Also, I'm driving around in my truck, and I'd get a page and pull over to a truck stop or whatever, and get on call on the payphone, and I'm calling, and I'm like, yeah, I got your page. What's going on? They're like, where are you? What? Well, I'm at a payphone. I could be driving. That's it?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna get back to driving now. Great talking to you.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, here's what I was going to say. I agree with you. The mobile printer, I think there should be a company pushing mobile printers. Easy, cheap, mobile printer. I don't know. Does that make sense? I think mobile printers are useful.
They are. I mean, yes. And I've actually purchased them for some of my drivers for Christmas presents before, because it makes my life easier too. And they're not that expensive. You can find a good one for $50 on Amazon.
You know what? You should send me a link. We should make a deal with whoever that. Well, they may not care, but send me the link. Will you send me the link? Because
yeah,
I want to know the backstory on why Sue was about to say, but then stopped herself. Okay, I'm just gonna. All right, here. Okay, How's My Driving says, I want to know the backstory on why Sue was about to say S dispatch, but then stopped herself. And here's the thing is, this is probably, we're near the end of the show. This is it's a 2-hour show. So even though we're still on the phone, it's almost like it's after the show.
Right.
Bill Maher has real time, and then after the show, he has overtime. Okay. So this is kind of overtime. We're all sitting back. We got cigars. All right. I guess, the thing is, one of the reasons why I was going to say, I was thinking about this earlier, and I'm just going to go, I'll go ahead and say it. I'll go first. All right. I used to work at Super Dispatch. Okay. All right. And that's how I know so much about car hauling software. All right. And what's interesting is we've all worked somewhere. There's a reason we have the experience we have, because we worked somewhere, right? We didn't just come out of a box knowing everything. We know what we know because we got experience somewhere. Now, whether or not it's the experience we gained on the job, where we were, whether it's a combination of company plus personal experience, however that shakes out, I said it. So since I said that, we're gonna say that. Would it be true that Super Dispatch is the first company to talk to you about a mobile app?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Right now.
All right. Hey, look at that. We answered the question, and that that's pretty cool. And that's why I actually you saw Super Dispatch was in my long list of software tonight because, and this is for everybody.
Yeah.
This is for every company that I've talked to, and there's a lot of companies I've talked to at this point. You are not alone. You have a lot of competition. If you're able to differentiate yourself, build your customer base, build your customer support, build your marketing machine, do all those things well, great. We'll see you in the future.
Right.
Because what we do know is with that many people, if you don't do all those things well, we may not see you in the future.
Right. Absolutely.
So
there's always someone bigger, better coming along.
There is. There are already people that have dropped off. There will be more drop-offs in the future. In fact, one of the things that what's interesting is when we talk about OEMs. Oh, here's a prediction. OEM. There are some OEMs that will be merging with other OEMs in the future. FCA is Fiat Chrysler. Now, I can't speak at length about OEM mergers, but we also know that, and look at that, somebody in the live chat said, what's that company? Again, no company has full 100% market share. They don't. No matter what the tagline is or whatever, and that's another reason we're talking about this stuff. But mergers happen. I think there used to be like 12 top accounting firms, and now they call it the Big Six. There's a reason. Because some of those other guys merged with others. A couple totally dropped off entirely. But that's the way things go. And so we're going to see that. Because here, this too. How do you like having 12 mobile apps?
I know. Really. That is... And that's my problem too. I wish how do you say this? The big brokers would use the same mobile app. You know what I mean? Instead of having a VTAS and an ePOD and RPM's going to start their own too here shortly.
Know, right?
And Metrogistics is starting theirs now. I just got emails for all my drivers.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No. Cut.
See, I was already using it. I know.
We don't need that.
I was already using it. I know, and they were making us use it for like most of the time they make me use it before was for like port pickups, that kind of thing. But then they sent out an email, I think it was on Monday or Friday, that said, coming soon, you will have to be using the new ePOD. So basically, and they're acting like this is the greatest thing since, sliced bread. I don't know why we have to do this when they've already accepted Super Dispatch as their eBOL system.
And listen, it's it's commonly used. By the way, I think it's apropos at 10 p.m. on October 1st, 2019, that I think that it's time for me to announce that we're just going to talk about everybody now. We're not going to leave companies out. Okay. That time has passed, and there's too much important business at stake. And I'll say this too. Listen, there are companies that see themselves as dominant and other companies that know that they've got some really important stuff that not everybody knows about. So like when you tell me Metrogistics is going to, really, I thought their app was gone. It's back? It's back.
They brought it back.
Oh no! I mean, they have that choice.
Yes.
But the reason here's why, and here's this is constructive feedback. Here's why I wouldn't do that, because the load board's not that well liked or used. It's not. I mean, I don't think that's a news flash. Now, Assertus might have big changes in store, and maybe that's why they're doing the mobile app and going to push the load board. But here's the feedback, and this is why Chris's video is so important. There are many carriers, and you saw them on the numbers on that video that I shared. A lot of people agree with Chris. And if you don't treat the carriers well, man, you're going to hear about it.
Right.
Maybe not right away.
Right.
Man, I tell you, that company's got a lot of work to do on the. But here's the thing. You know why? You know why it's not a problem? Because when you get into fleet management solutions and all these other services, oh my gosh, that load board mobile app stuff, that's nothing.
That's nothing.
I mean, because if let's say your client is enterprise, okay, that's what we're talking. When we talk about a Certus, we're talking about like enterprise like clients. And if your client is enterprise, who cares if somebody doesn't like your load board? You got enterprise.
Right. Yeah, they don't care.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, it literally doesn't.
Nope.
Brush your shoulder. This is a Jay-Z moment. You brush your shoulders off. You're fine. So, I don't know. I think I just made a connection between a load board and Jay-Z. In fact, if we could give personalities to all of the load boards, who would Central Dispatch?
Yes.
Who is Central Dispatch's personality? Suge Knight? That is not even close to funny. By the way, but it resonates with a lot of people.
Yeah.
Who would be the Muhammad Ali of car hauling mobile apps?
Well,
Hello Radio.
apps itself.
Dave Williams of any car hauling software. Who's the Muhammad Ali? I'm asking the live chat. I've still got a lot of people watching the show right now. Listen, guys, who's the Muhammad Ali of auto transport software? And go. Oh, Dave Williams says Snoop Dogg. Who's the Snoop Dogg of auto transport software? That's a good one, Dave. I love it.
I don't think any of them are that laid back.
Right, exactly. Nobody, right? Is anybody the Snoop Dogg of auto transport software? That is some funny stuff, Dave. I love it, man. It's good to hear from you, brother. I was just thinking about you. Renat says Super Dispatch. Dave says Metro. So Renat, now, hey, Renat, here's the question. Super Dispatch, are they the Muhammad Ali of car hauling software? Is that what you're saying? If it is, just let me know. Dispatch Monkey says Truckify. Candy says Super. Worst time is tax time on the repo units. Julia loves enterprise units. I'll tell you, that's one of the things is that, there are moments where you can get a really good deal on, like, let's say there's an enterprise. Here's what happens. Enterprise needs to move a ton of cars because everybody wanted to vacation in Miami and then get the F out of there. And now there's no rental cars in Miami. Right? So if you are the lucky guy to get a great rate on taking them to Miami, you love Enterprise. But if the roles are reversed and they got way too many, then you it's the opposite. And this is why I don't have to speak for you, man. You have a tough job. Every day, right? Don't you?
Yeah.
It's tough.
Me?
Yes.
Yeah, it's horrible. And this month, I mean, this is the beginning of bad season. So it's we're pulling our hair out and saying we need beer and alcohol before the end of the day is over.
Okay, dude. Oh my gosh. It's so true. Dispatching is hard. And it is. You're right. Oh no. It's getting cold. As soon as it gets cold, loads are gone. And everybody wants
or they're so crappy.
Well, and everybody wants to get rich in Louisiana in November. Like that's not going to happen. You are not going to get rich in Louisiana in November. You could trip over car haulers.
Yeah. Well, they're Dallas. I mean, it's dry no matter where you're at right now. The girls, they'll say, okay, should I send them there? Because it's a normal place I wouldn't send anybody. And I'm like, does it matter at this point in time? we can't get a load out of Dallas, so let's go wherever it is, and we'll try our best to do the next.
So now
It's crazy.
I know that we had a couple guys that loved the cold weather. Do you have anybody that loves the cold weather? You do?
Well, I have a couple drivers that refuse during this time of the year. They will not go to Minnesota. They will not go to Iowa. Any place really cold, they will not go.
Yeah.
And I usually run the Midwest anyways. And I do have a couple of East Coasters, and they're used to it, so I don't even ask that. In fact, I asked one of them, he lives in Massachusetts, and he does Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, Rhode Island, that kind of thing.
Wow.
And I asked him today, I said, so what time of the year, or I mean, when are you about to get your weather? And he sent me a question mark back, and I'm like, when do you start getting your snowy, icy, crappy weather? And he still never answered me. And I know it starts coming in here shortly, because I hate to say it, his rates will go way up.
Oh, yeah.
Like way up. Because in Massachusetts, they don't have no place to put those cars. So they stack them in all their little lots. And then you can get premium rates out of there. Like you're going to New Jersey back and forth, they're paying $350, $400 during this time of the year when it's bad.
Yeah, because you got to dig out the car. I worked for.
Well, no, I mean we do Copart IA.
Okay. Right.
They dig them out for you.
Right. I worked for. I had a carrier once, and he was from. It was either Michigan or Minnesota, and he did car hauling and snow removal. Mm-hmm. We made some pretty good money. Like,
yep.
That's a great. That's a good combo.
Yeah.
Gerard says
probably snow removal probably pays more.
Exactly. Well, right. When you can put them together, let's do some POVs. I would say corporate. If you do snow removal and car hauling, I would hook up with the corporate relocation guys. They'll pay anything. Literally. I mean. Oh my gosh, corporate relocation. They should. I've just named the company Gold Bar Auto Transport. Gerard says he loves the blizzard. And I think we're about, and I can see that things are coming to a close a little bit. I'm going to keep you on the phone while I do this. I want to do a little bit of housekeeping, and I really didn't make good notes for this part again because I was working so much on the show itself. But I really do. I want to thank everybody that tunes in and participates and shares information in the live chat. It really means a lot. I think that's how most education, just like paper bills of lading up until 5 years ago, 4 years ago, 3 years ago, that was how people got the information done for the transport. And same thing in auto transport up until a couple years ago, before these Facebook groups. If you didn't know somebody or talk to them, you didn't get the information. Or Google, right?
Right.
Phone calls,
right.
Facebook, Google. Yeah. That was it.
Yep.
And so I love this format, and I love even YouTube videos itself. I'll say this, round about the time you got asked about mobile apps is round about the time I got asked if I was watching any of the YouTube stuff. So, my first auto transport YouTube video was, I think, Surge the Car Hauler.
Oh.
Yeah, I think so. And then I think my second or third was Ashley at Relo Geek.
Yeah.
Right? Man, we're getting all historical tonight. And and again, a lot has changed since that time. Things change really quick. If you don't, and that's part of the message of this show. If you don't keep up, man, time will just swallow you up. This channel is only 2.25 years old, and I mean, I feel like I've played a huge part in updating the way information is shared, and I'm helping people learn faster than ever before. And not everybody is actually on board yet. And that's okay, I guess. But it's like snow removal. It's one hunk of snow at a time.
Yeah,
The one
that
and
is true.
the one and only. He's been with me really. I mean, this guy, one of my very first shows, he tuned in, and
Oh, yeah.
he just commented. And so it's neat to see. It's neat to have these benchmarks where we take a stroll down memory lane, and then we look at the current information. Like seeing like Easy Dispatch on the screen. That was kind of interesting, wasn't it? Like,
Uh-huh.
do you know anything
Yeah.
about Easy Dispatch?
No, you've told me about it. I haven't really. You know how hard it is to switch
It's
from one company to another,
very hard.
and when you've got everybody already kind of trained and they know what they're doing. I do have a driver that's wanting to try something new, so I've been kind of going through some of these, and I haven't had a chance to look at Easy. I think I talked to VA Hall the other day,
Oh, good.
and I'm gonna let he's on vacation, and I think he just got back from France. This driver did, so he's gonna be game for trying somebody new, and I think we're gonna start him next week on a different company and let him be my guinea pig for all these other places and see what works best for us. Mine is, I don't get me wrong, I love Super Dispatch. There's just a few tweaks that I would like for what I do that would make my life a lot simpler. That's what I'm looking for, is some extra forms or whatever you want to call it to help me. And that's why I'm kind of,
I'm gonna say this right now because I see people. I get comments periodically, and the people that comment, I don't think they are willing to listen to what you just said, because you're not the only one saying it. Yeah, and that's what's strange, and that's why I kept the partition going, but I'm tired of the partition because that means we both have a partition. I'll tell you what, guys. I'll walk across the aisle if you will, because not everybody's 100% satisfied. They're not.
right.
But I'll say this: I'm not sure if that goes for anybody. So we have yet to see the company
That's true.
to prove that they got all four parts and everybody loves them. That company doesn't exist yet.
No, it doesn't. I agree.
And I'll ask you this: did I miss anybody? Did I miss anybody? Well, as I gave that full list, is there a company you think I missed?
No, I think you got everybody. You got people I've never even heard of. So yeah, you went above and beyond.
Right on. That was my goal. Woo! It's a crazy show. There's an executive somewhere watching, going, "That guy's nuts. I'm never going to talk to that guy." I'm not nuts. I'm not. But I'm kind of a, actually there's an insurance guy. He calls himself an insurance geek, and I'm kind of a technology dispatch carrier geek. But I have learned, I'll tell you, and I had a great conversation with another technology company today, and it has nothing to do with, they were not on the list. Every week I talk to another technology company. Actually, there are so many technology companies. Oh my gosh. Actually, putting the show together was a bit challenging because I had to decide, okay. And that's when I came up with the pie chart. I'm like, okay, if you're not on the pie chart, you're not on this show. Because there's just too many. Like, oh my gosh, ELD and fleet management and all that stuff. You know?
Yeah.
Oh, forget it.
There's so many of those companies out there.
Oh, jeez. In fact, ELD reviews.
That's who you should interview.
Well,
you should interview like Keep Trucking or something like that.
Well, and actually, so I at the Mid America Truck Show, I did a live interview with Keep Trucking. It was one of their sales guys. It was good, but I think we should do a follow up. I actually at the Mid America Truck Show, I got an interview with Convoy and one with Uber Freight. But again, it wasn't like in depth. You know?
Right.
It was kind of tertiary.
Yeah.
And by the way, while we're on that note, you know who I've got coming up next week? That was one of the things I wanted to talk about. We're going to, very, very briefly, next week, you guys, this is insane. I'm going to have 3 people from Freight Waves on the show. Next Tuesday night is the Freight Waves show. We're going to have Emily Zink. She is basically an anchor at Freight Waves. I mean, I get the feeling that she worked in news and journalism. I don't know. And then Tom, he is a VP over there, and he's going to educate us about the freight futures market. We don't even have that in car hauling, but they do in freight.
Right.
Freight Waves is
Yeah.
is a unique company. And then we're going to have Kyle Cunningham. He does a late night show on Freight Waves. Freight Waves now has Freight Waves TV and What the Truck, and I mean it's
Wow.
yeah, no, it's the Megazord of freight trucking media. I'm pretty sure, and I did a live interview with the CEO, Craig Fuller. I think he'd probably be okay with me saying that. So, yeah,
Cool.
so it's going to be an amazing show. That's next week. Actually, and in 2 weeks, ACV's back on the show. So we're gonna get an ACV
Love
follow up.
ACV.
Oh my gosh, ACV! And actually, on that list, I think ACV is one of the top producers of news on a regular basis. They will not stop adding to their team, increasing their volume, and making the news. They won't stop. ACV is like the Terminator of new car hauling technology, crushing it.
Yeah. They are crushing it.
They are.
And they're getting bigger and bigger. I mean, I remember when they first started, and I still loved them then, and they didn't have that many loads, but they always paid the best. They paid the fastest. I mean, and I think I've had maybe one car of theirs not be good.
Right. I mean, yeah.
And you know,
right. It's not. That's not
very,
their,
very, very rare.
not
in the
their
industry.
fault. That's gonna
Yeah.
happen. Exactly. But
No.
they do. They work
No.
so
No,
hard.
and that I mean, I do a lot of loads for it. Me to say that about them, that's something because
I'm telling you,
you know you get loads from all these guys, and half the time they're not good. So you know,
yeah, right. Well, and that's it. And so I'm so yeah. I'm really excited every time I see their stuff, and yeah, it's pretty cool. And I'm glad to, and by the way, that's something I wanted to ask you. Are you using most, if not all, of the load boards I did talk about?
yes, we usually keep all of them up as we're constantly looking because you know as well as I do, they don't list them all on Central, or if they list them on Central, like United Rail doesn't list twice a day. So if you don't check their load board, may not even catch it. Cars Arrive usually lists their stuff in the evening. So that's why I work late most times because I'm looking for Cars Arrive stuff that pops up.
That's right.
Because they don't always put it on their load board. You just got to watch for it sometimes too. I think they post it as they're leaving the house kind of thing. So all of a sudden at 4:30, 5 o'clock, it's wham, you can find Cars Arrive loads all over the place. I was on a Alabama going to, maybe it was Birmingham to everywhere. And there were 6 loads from Cars Arrive that popped up out of Alabama at like 5 o'clock. It's just crazy. But that's what they do.
Hey, check this out. You know what? Moosey pointed something out to me. I forgot backlot cars. Now,
love backlot cars.
do they have their own? Do they have a load board?
They use Super Dispatch.
So
that's who they're using their load board.
Okay, so it doesn't count. They don't have their own load board. Do they have their own mobile app?
No, they don't.
Do they have their own dashboard?
No.
No. So I didn't forget backlot cars because they're on Super Dispatch.
You're right. They're kind of included in that.
And that's one of the.
But they do offer you loads.
And that's great. And many companies do offer loads. But tonight's show was about software. If you don't have any of the 4, you're not on the list. So, and it's, you know, because otherwise what? I'm getting into, you know, like BWT.
Yeah, everybody. Every broker.
Right.
Yes.
Let's do, okay, you know what we're going to do?
Don't even mention them.
Yeah, next. Dude, I know. They're the ones that popped in my head.
Oh my God. I so was mad at them today and I almost said some horrible things. I'm so ticked off at them. They put you on hold for 30 minutes and hang up on you. They did it to me like 3 times.
Do you know?
And I finally sent them a text.
Oh my gosh. Do you know I had a carrier email me to find out if they were double crossing him. Like, wow.
I believe they do.
Well,
I'm pretty sure they do.
well, that's what I'm saying. How much double
They double
cross?
broker everything.
How much double crossing do you have to do to have somebody randomly email Jay to see if they're double crossing them? I'm like, whoa.
And they've got like 1,000 ratings, and I can't figure out how.
You know.
But do you know they dispatch? They're a dispatch service too.
Oh wow.
Not kidding you. I get calls from them every once in a while, or emails wanting to know if I want them to dispatch for me. And I'm like, no,
Wow.
I'm a dispatch service.
Whoa.
So I think that's where some of this stuff is coming from.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Wow, that brokering. I wonder if they have a, well, they have probably one broker license for all 1,000 people, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's all you have to have. It's crazy.
It's the Swift of dispatching. Do you know Swift?
Well, and none of their loads are good.
Oh no, they're terrible. Listen,
No,
we're talking about it.
they're never good.
No, they're terrible, and
They're
always,
trying to be Montway.
I think they're always. I think they're usually. I'm speculating that they're usually double listed, and it's usually the low ball.
Yes.
Right.
Absolutely. They're always double listed.
And in fact, if it's a high ball, then there's really a problem.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, because then it's always I'll call you back after I talk to my customer, because they don't have the contract. The other person probably has the contract.
Okay, hey, Muzi says Vroom has a load board. Now that is a good one. Does Vroom
Really?
And actually does so my question is, does Vroom have a load board you can actually like go to? Because again, if you don't,
Yeah, because I've never.
I know that they have loads, and I know they post them on Central,
Uh-huh.
but I didn't know they had their own
Mhm.
technology. I'm not. Let us know, Muzi, if Vroom has a load board, then and he says I
What
missed
is it?
McNutt. McNutt got swallowed up by Metrogistics. A lot of brokers complied, merged into one bond last few years. But I don't know if Vroom has a load board you can log into. And that's why
I didn't know they did either.
That's why I took CarMax off, because I don't think there's a CarMax load
Yeah.
board anymore.
No, there isn't. You're just dealing with two brokers with that.
Do you use the Carvana
Mainly.
load board for your drivers?
I do. I've got
Good. Yeah.
and don't get me wrong, they don't have a whole lot on there.
No.
Like, it's usually on average 100 to 150 loads a day.
See,
That's about what it is.
Yeah, okay, so I called Carvana today because I wanted to get the answer about whether or not there was a load board.
Yeah.
You have to have MC number or DOT to sign up, which means I can't
Yep.
see it.
Yep.
Right. And he said that in August they moved 8,000 to 9,000 cars. But when I wanted what's your average volume, I couldn't get that answer. So it doesn't sound.
Yeah.
It sounds like it should be higher, but it's not. Huh? It's Carvana, right? Shouldn't it be higher?
You would think it would be higher, but I think they haul a lot of their own vehicles. Like, they've got their own drivers, because I'm on that board every day,
Which kind of brings.
and there is not that many loads.
And I think that kind of brings us to Holly. I think it's kind of a wait and see on what is Holly going to be like. And I'm hoping I get a live interview.
I don't think it's any different.
Well, I know. I'm hoping to get a live interview from them. We could actually this could get interesting, because here's the thing: if United Road and Holly can change the way many people view their company, their past load board, VTAS, I think they have a lot of work to do. But if they can overcome some of that, now that could be very interesting, because they are, number one. Largest broker carrier in the U.S. That's pretty big.
You think they're over Rat? Are they really the number one?
So it's interesting you say that. So United Road has trucks, which means they have assets, they have capacity, they have company drivers, and they're nationwide. And they have big contracts like CarMax, right? If you book a CarMax car, you probably booked it through United Road. They have other big contracts too. I mean, I don't know if they have OEM new car hauling contracts. I wouldn't be surprised if they do.
Yes,
But
they do.
right.
We pick them up from factory a lot.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you've got plants, rail, ports,
Uh-huh.
right? That makes sense. So they've got
Yep.
new
We're crushing cars in Rhode Island right now.
they've got new and used car contracts, as well as a load board, as well as a mobile app. You know they have their own internal CRM. So if they have the full pie, then what they really need to do is just make it better.
Yes.
So
because their app doesn't work all the time.
oh, people hate their app. I mean, really,
I know.
It's wild how much people really hate that app.
Yes,
I mean,
they really do.
Oh my god!
And I don't blame them. I'm constantly getting calls, and I'm like, you gotta call them.
I don't.
Because some of their loads, you have to use their app.
Well, and there you go, and you know why? Because the OEMs dictate it, and that brings us back to guys that want to go and use paper. Dude, the car maker said they made the car. Okay, if the car maker says, then the carrier's gonna have to do.
Yeah.
I mean, ask the dealership, dude. I'll tell you what, this has been fun. I've learned so much about what dealerships have to do to get the OEM business. Oh man, I mean, if the dealership says, "Hey, we don't like the tile floor, you got to change it," guess what? You're gonna be changing the floor.
You gotta change it.
Yeah, you guys. I say everybody grab a scraper. Let's go. Because that's just the way it is. So I don't think there's any more of this. I don't know any of the guys that are using paper. And by the way, I want to make this clear. I am not making fun of anybody. It may look like it. I'm just having fun, but I'm not making fun of anybody that doesn't want to go with technology. I get it. There's plenty of this industry is hard enough, away from families, out in the cold. I get it. But the landscape has changed. Why do you think here's the proof. ELD. These OEMs and large carriers, they love ELD because now they know where their trucks are, and now they can monitor better how's your driving, how's the truck doing, does it need to come in, does it need to be maintained, do you need to be let go, right? All that stuff. So the technology's not going away. And since technology's not going away, and we still have a lot of players in the auto transport software list, it's going to get really interesting what happens next year.
Yeah. I think the ELD is going to get even, I hate to say it, worse as far as like restrictions with like fleets. I figure, really, think about this. Do you think it's possible that they put in their trucks eventually a way to monitor alcohol and drug consumption before you start their truck? You know what I mean?
Oh, well, now
that's a possibility.
The drug consortium stuff is a nightmare. And what really sucks about the drug consortium stuff is that the government, it's number one, it is totally happening. And the government's like, well, it's just a no-brainer. You can't drive drunk. Okay, I know, but it's not that simple. And by the way, newsflash, one of the things truckers like about being truckers is having nobody tell them how to live their life.
What to do. Yes.
So
that's what makes them a trucker. You're right.
You've just taken the whole dream out of the dream. No wonder there's going to be a driver shortage, or is a driver shortage, or whatever it is. Yeah, because and that's why. Oh, don't get me started. I don't want to talk about autonomous. I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
So, Sue, I want to thank you so much for kind of riding in the co-chair here on this last portion of the show. It really helped me. I wanted to give context to, now that I laid out all the companies, I wanted to talk about some of the realities. I think we were able to do that.
Yeah.
And it was fun.
Yeah.
And I also, and I think we were pretty family friendly. while also being
Yeah.
informative.
Yeah.
So I'm proud
Yeah,
of it.
I agree.
I'm proud of the show, the segment, and Sue, thank you so much for everything you do, and it's always a pleasure to have you on
No
the show.
problem. Thank you.
Yeah, and thanks for staying up late with
You
me.
too. Thanks.
Okay,
No problem.
I know it's late. All right, well, listen, Sue, go count sheep and go get them.
Okay. You too, Jay.
All right, thanks so much.
All right. We'll talk to you later.
All right, bye.
Bye.
All right. Man, that was a great segment. Okay, so what I got to do here is I got to do that. And bada bing, bada boom. And there we go. Ah, yeah. And everything's back in order. Let's go ahead and do, I absolutely, I want to thank Sue at Murphy Auto Dispatch Service for her participation in the channel, for her participation on the show, and she's in the live chat. I mean, almost every Tuesday night. It's unbelievable. It really is. It's amazing. And so it means a lot. It means a lot to me and the industry. And dispatching is hard. It is. That's a tough job. It's not as hard as being a driver. It's not. All right? You got me. You got me, man. Driver, that's the hardest job in auto transport. Dealer, broker, dispatcher, you know what? Whoever. Shipper, right? That's just a hair appointment and a couple, flights and whatever. Chocolate roses. Drivers have it the hardest. And that's why, you will hear executives talk about how important the carrier is. You will hear that. Every conference I've been to, the executives do admit we need good carriers. We really do. And so listen, if you're a great carrier and you watch this show, and I appreciate it. I really appreciate your service, what you do, and for tuning in. It means a lot. How do we do? Do we ever get there? Are we still at let's see here. Let me just do a refresh. Oh man, we're still at 6.99. All right. Well, that's okay. No problem. Also, I want to thank acvauctions.com/ATI. Listen, I gave you a lot of information tonight, but I'm serious, man. If you're not signed up with ACV Auctions, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to help you. Go to acvauctions.com/ATI. They really are a great company providing a great service. They're innovative, news-making, growing. The capacity is growing. It's just, man, they're a steamroller, and you want to get signed up with them too. I really do. I appreciate you guys tuning in. I appreciate staying with the live chat. This has been a late show. It really is time for me to wrap it up. This is just ridiculous already, Jay. You've gone to the Kool-Aid. I think that's the lowest my Kool-Aid has ever gotten on the show. I'm not sure what that means. It means I've been doing a lot of talking, and it's time for me to stop. I really appreciate you guys tuning in. I had a lot to say. I think I said it. And, man, I don't know. That's it. That's the end of the show. Be sure to catch me next Tuesday night when I have Freight Waves on the show. That is going to be great. In 2 weeks, we'll have ACV Auctions. In 3 weeks, I'm still putting that show together. Not sure what's going to happen. But listen, if you get my emails, thank you so much for opening them up, click in and whatnot. If you got an email and you didn't like it, I'm sorry. I'll remove you off the list. No problem at all. There were only a few of those. If you want to be on the email list, autotransportintel@gmail.com. Send me an email. If you haven't already given me a like, please do that. I really do appreciate it. It means a lot. All right? And, every like, share, subscription, clicking the notification bell. There we go. Carlos said it best. Carlos said, good night, all. Listen, I really do appreciate the hard work that the carriers do. A lot of people say, well, your show is mostly about the carriers. Well, carriers do all the auto transport part as far as the shipping and the moving. So remember to tip your carrier, hug a carrier, thank a carrier, right? And next time you're on the road, just be a little nicer to the carrier. Give them a high sign or a thumbs up. They work hard. They're away from their families. And we want them to be safe. So remember, thank a carrier. Guys, I appreciate it so much. I'll see you next Tuesday night. I'm Jay at Auto Transport Intel. This is Tuesday Nights Live. Here comes the car hauler. Thank you guys so much for tuning in.